We are live. Welcome. I need a cool intro, like 3POA or something like Articulated Ninjas or the everyone else besides me. It's very quiet in here. I know Scott Hughes is in the chat. Who else we got in here? Hold on one second. I'm going to check something out. Hopefully this won't get loud. I have the slowest computer. All right, we're good there. Yep, I'm here. Notifications just I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Got Jeff Morris in the house. Good to see you, bud. Mel Saint here. Okay. I sent out a couple of links to a few people. Hopefully somebody will be able to drop in here because otherwise it's just me. But I did want to go over a couple of a bunch of stuff I got in the past couple of weeks since the last time I live streamed, which was Toylanta, I believe. I showed off what I had gotten. But yeah, I also wanted to go over today's drops with Star Wars and Indiana Jones. So we'll be doing that too. And let's see. Gotcha. All right. Let's see. All right. First thing I was going to talk about something, not my normal pickups. I just started picking these up because I just thought they're cool. Kids' toys, but something I grew up with. I'm going to share my screen. I've been picking up the whatever one Walmart has had with the Super Mario Brothers and the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Two games I grew up with. Just love them. But these figures are really cool and very affordable. I also got a Zelda in here. I forgot about Zelda. It was the only one on the shelf, so I picked it up. Let me see if I can't. I forgot how to do big screen. Solo layout? Is that it? Yes. There we go. So yeah, I've been picking these up slowly but surely, and I don't know, the articulation on these is very, very good. Got where you can bend the arms, the legs, and I'm only $10. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. Let me scoot up a little bit. Very cool figures. Each one comes with the accessory from the games. Sonic, they had first edition Sonic from the first games. Then you have the more traditional one that we're used to now. Knuckles, all with articulation. Now Knuckles and Sonic don't have elbow articulation, probably because their arms are so small. But they do have knee articulation. They are top heavy, so you have to pose them a certain way to get them to stand. I'm really not sure who this guy is. This must be in a more later game that I'm not used to. But it was there. Same price as the rest of them, so I picked it up. And then you got Princess Peach in a cat suit. Not as familiar with that, but some of these villains from back in the day, I really loved getting them. Uh, so articulated also. Um, and then Bowser. Ooh, Bowser is from the movie. Bowser is cool as heck. Um, I know a couple people have shown this one off. I know Sal from 2 Cents Toys put out a quick video of it, but this thing's mouth lights up and you put water in it and it shoot. Can you see that? There's literally smoke coming out. Do it again. Look at that. That is so freaking cool. And it's just water vapor with a red light to make it look like he's breathing fire. I'm telling you, Jax is doing awesome. I am loving these. If I had these as a kid, I would have bought them all. Scott Hughes, I guess you heard that they are moving forward with the Nintendo shared universe after the success of the Mario film. Yeah, I have heard great things about that film, but I have not. Let me do this. I have not seen it yet, but I want to go see it. I thought about going to see it today, but I decided to do this instead. It was one of the two. So I kind of rather hang with y'all. I can always buy it on DVD and watch it. But yeah, I know in Orlando, the Universal Studios new Epic Universe or Epic Park or whatever it is, they're in the process of building the castle and the cool Mario Kart track and everything. So I'm excited. I loved Mario growing up. Had Mario bed sheets. Had bedside table, which was a box that you could open up, store stuff in, like a toy box or something. I loved that thing. I put stickers all over. I wish I still had it. Played all the games up till Nintendo 64's release. After that, I haven't played many of the games unless they were like Game Boy or something. I apologize. Hold on one second. Let me stop my cat from going crazy. Excuse. There it goes. Sorry about that. My cat is like right next door to right out on the other side of the wall, and he tends to get the wrath and just starts to scream bloody murder. So I don't know, sweetest cat in the world, but loud and annoying sometimes when you're trying to live stream. All right, let's see. But yeah, yeah, even the skeleton plant is articulated, spins around. Very cool. If you're a Mario fan, highly recommend them. This is the only movie one I have. I might get the others, but I haven't seen them at my local Walmart. So we'll see when they get there. I haven't tried any of the little, they have like a miniature version too with like world building stuff, like the Bowser's pirate ship thing that comes through and my cat, I swear. I'm sorry. All right, anyway. But I also got let's go over the ugly one in the room. I finally got my Falcon. I need to bring that back. So let's see, like that. There we go. I got the Falcon. I just don't like this figure. I thought maybe when I got it in hand it would be a little bit better, but no, it actually looks worse. It literally looks worse. Let's see what we got. Laser Pants in the house. Welcome. I got a new Matt Damon figure. Yes, I did. I got the Matt Damon figure. Let's see. Let's swap that. There we go. Now I'm saying that he kind of looks like he's making the embarrassed Homelander face. Like if you ever look at him, he kind of looks a little bit like Homelander when he's like caught off guard and kind of pissed. He just wants to be on camera. No, I can't do that, Scott. That cat is like overly needy and he has claws and he wants to sit there and like claw at you. Like what my mom used to call making biscuits. He would shred my legs and still be meowing. So we're not going to do that. Hopefully he'll just shut up and go back in to sleep. I gave him some food, hoping that he would be okay, but it is what it is. He's a loud one. Anyway, also got my repaints of the Marauder barbecue. I really like this one, even though I have the other version. I just love the way this one looks. Let's see if I can slide him back here. There you go. Now, I know on my screen, sometimes it freezes up on the iPad, but so just let me know if it does. Mvargo in the house. What's up, Mvargo? You're welcome to come in, man, if you want to. I'm going to be going over the Star Wars Celebration reveals today for Hasbro also. Just the Hasbro stuff. Also got Crimson Guards. What do you call them? My brain just froze. What's up, Tim? Let me see something here. Bear with me for a second. Just listen to my cat. Listen to the melodies of my cat, Oliver. And Vargo, I just sent you a StreamYard's link if you wanted to come in. No pressure, but it's there for you. Yes, Scuba. Yeah, last time he told me he was heading over there, so I keep seeing his post, and I'm like, wow, thank you for bringing me all that stuff. He's such a nice guy. Mvargo is asking you, Scott, how you feeling? And another repaint Outback. Great figure. I just really like this one. I like the other one too, but I don't know. This one's pretty good. So far, I'm 3 out of 4. And CoverGirl, still 3 out of 4. I do not like this face sculpt. It is, I don't know. Something about this face just does not scream G.I. Joe. I don't know what y'all think, but gonna go ahead and put out. I got 2 Transformers, twin cast with rewind. I don't know if I may have to back the camera up. Okay, he's gonna fall. And then I have Metal Hawk. I'm on 2 screens. Hey. Let me readjust this. There you go. Try not to get me on camera twice. It's kind of hard not to. So yeah, I got those. I got a bunch of stuff, so that's why I'm kind of barreling through this stuff. If y'all have any questions or want to talk about any of the things that I pick up, feel free. Oh, Scott says, well, have been worse. No surgery is great news. Plus the pain meds aren't too bad. LOL. Yeah, Scott, yes, again, so grateful you don't have to have surgery. That's a blessing. Still keeping you in my prayers, bud. And Jeff Moore says, I have not seen those at stores. I am only buying Joe's I find in the wild now. No more pre-orders for me, trying to save money. You'll save a lot of money because I rarely ever see any Joe's in stores. I've seen the card backs. Where do you get on camera? Card backs. You know, the floppy disks they have on their so thin. It's like paper with a bubble. Anyway, I've seen a few of those. In fact, I've seen so many Lady J's. That's about all I see. In fact, so many that I'm actually seeing Lady J's at Ollie's now. So if you want any Lady J customs, you can get them cheap at Ollie's. But yeah, I never see them. I know I'm in a small town, but yeah. Is that Tarzan at Robin Hood's castle in the background? Tim, if you had watched the Valifair reveals and speculations video, I did during Valifair. I had Bobby was talking about a Valaverse exclusive for PowerCon. And I said, well, Bobby was able to get me the exclusive. So I'll show it to you. Hold on. This is a Desert Man. So it's Desert Rat as a warrior I created. So it's not real. If anyone's saying it was from a Hercules body from Marvel Legends with Valor's stuff on him. I just like putting him in the background for fun. But yeah, I got a kick out of that. So Lady J and Baroness keep Lando and Jitsu company on the pegs. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. As well as Lightyear figures. He-Rat. Yes. He-Rat, Desert Man, Rat Man. It all works. Okay, I'm used to seeing the action for dudes wearing more clothes. Yes, but not in the Masters of the Valaverse. So yeah. Next up would be, I need to make some room. Hold on one second. Actually, I am going to stop the cam here because I got to stand up and I want you looking at my crotch. Let's see. Move some stuff out of the way. If it falls, it falls. There we go. Okay. Where's my camera? There we go. All right. Next up will be, I got a couple of Star Wars figures in the mail, finally. First up would be, two there. The Scar Trooper Mick or Mike or whoever he is. I have the first one of these when I was still reading Star Wars comics. They introduced these guys, and I really liked their platoon. I love platoons where they're like all different, kind of like the X-Men, which I have on, where each character is different. That's why all my Steel Brigades are different from each other. They're not the same in that way. Or the like the Bad Batch, those things. I don't know. I love the individuality of them. They did that a lot during the Clone Wars series, where you knew who each character was. They weren't just another clone, another clone, another clone, another clone, because they had distinct things. Now, we'll say, if we had to have packaging, I love this kind of packaging. You can put it on a shelf like this. Ooh, there we go. Sorry. You have great artwork on the front. I think some of the old ones had it. The bubble would be right here, so you could still see the figure. I don't need a picture of the figure. I want to see the figure. But if there's like a wraparound where it could fold out, that would be cool. But that's one of my pet peeves with, if they're gonna go boxes, which I hear now that they're actually going back to bubble, then you will have bubbles again. So yeah, I ADD there for a second. Next figure I have would be the Mara Jade figure, which I have right here. Great figure. She has glasses on there. They're attached to the cloth. You see the picture here. There's no head with that you can readjust and put all this stuff on. You can't put the glasses on her. You can't do anything. That's the way she comes. Yet they use that picture. A little annoying, but still a good figure overall. And then I got this guy who he's already shown up in my recent Robin Hood set. He's a little Easter egg in there, homage to RetroBlasting. I know Michael has a vintage hidden somewhere in his. So, and considering he's the one that gave me that awesome castle, I wanted to homage to him. So, I never had a Black Series Ewok other than the I can't remember his name, the one that came on the cycle with the box that folds out. I never did open that box, so yeah. Next up, I'm put these down. Move that back. Yeah, I got a buttload of stuff the last couple of weeks. Kind of hurt the bank account a little bit because Hasbro just was like, here's everything once again. I think they've had, my theory is they've had so much cancellation that they're trying to push everything out all at once really quick so that it's paid for. I could be wrong, but it just feels kind of weird. Let's see. Next, I picked up, actually, I'm going to go with this one. I got this one in today. It is the don't you fall. The 3-pack of Marvel Legends. This will complete the team except for Professor X, who I don't understand why he wasn't a Build-A-Figure with that elaborate costume. I've already got 4 of them on. Little upset though. If you notice this, I'm trying to recreate the I think it's issue Uncanny X-Men 275, if I'm not mistaken. It's a wraparound cover, and it has all the all of them on them doing this. That I think that's part of it, but I'm trying to recreate that. Well, you would think that they would want you to recreate that, but they give you. Well, let me just show the figure. He's missing his hand because I'm trying to recreate that. He's throwing cards in it. Here's the throwing cards. It's the wrong hand. It's the other hand. So that does me no good there. The figure looks good for Marvel Legend bodies. No pegs. So that's nice. I mean, looks good for what it was. Same goes for Psylocke. Again, she's missing her hand because she doesn't have an open hand. She has this one, which is close, but again, wrong hand. The rest of them are fists. So I got to go through my box and see if I can find one that'll match to see if I can't add that. And then this one came with an extra head, so I was able to do Banshee. Looks great. Now I just need my 1975 giant size X-Men Banshee. That would be nice. So that let's see. We'll just block this a-hole. Let me do some things. All right. I got him blocked. Give me a second. I thought I had She got the cake. You could. Okay, yeah. Laser Pants, you're a mod. And Scott, you need to be. If I can find you. There you go. So, yeah. Did that work, Scott? All right. All right. Yes, you are a mod. And thank you. You expect them. They are what they are. I know I'm not the greatest, so I need someone on here with me. I think Mvargo is gonna come, but he had to do something first. Cool, awesome. All right, and you asked a question while I was yapping. Did you get the Robin Hood Battle Wagon? I did not get the Robin Hood Battle Wagon. I'm holding off until Joe Fest, Valicon. See if I can't find one there. Then if I can't find one there, then I'll start actively searching online. She got that cake. There we go. It's not as punctual as Shartimus, but it is Dabute. Awesome. But yeah, I got those three. Not bad figures. Need hands for these two so I can complete them. Otherwise, I'll just have to do what I got. Confusion, Tim. I live in a state of confusion. No, I'm in Georgia, bud. About 2 hours from Joe Fest. Also got this bad boy. Love. Here, let me do this. Love the box art on this one. This is a box I'll keep because I just love that artwork. Here, I can't put it on screen. But it came with Random, who is part of X Factor, I believe, or was at this time. Good old Marvel Legends, hard to stand. He might fall. It looks like he's going to. Got what was his name? I forgot. Pretty Boy, part of the Marauders, I believe. Which means I got like 4 of those now. Tim says, okay, I thought maybe you were in the South somewhere. Wasn't sure if you were anywhere near RetroBlasting or not. I'm about 2 hours from Michael. Not too bad of a drive. Yeah, if you can't tell, my southern drawl comes out. We from Georgia. Also got Vertigo and the figure. I cannot remember which team she was a part of. Maybe it's some point of Mutant Liberation Front, maybe. It's been a while. Well, my mama always said it was good, but I don't know. Could be better. I do like chocolates. Then I believe this one's Mutant Liberation Front also. With Zero. Great little figure with the leader, Strife. Let me put him towards the camera. Sorry. There you go. So that's all the Marvel Legends I've gotten recently. Not too bad. And then Georgia and South Carolina dialects are different from Greenbow, Alabama. Awesome. All right. And then again, I got yeah, let's just put him there. So much the last few weeks have come in or I've picked up. Next is the Indiana Jones line. Now, first of all, these boxes, I just want to go over this real quick. I know that they're making a change again. Oh, I got Mvargo in the house.
Hey, what's up?
You saved my stream from my rambling. Good to have you, bud. With the boxes, let's put it there. Having the figure on the front just is so stupid to me. I don't understand this. This right here should be the front of the box if you're going to do a non-bubble. In my opinion, that should be on the back of the box. I mean, what do you think about that? If you had, you can kind of see where it kind of overlaps into the other side, but all these,
yeah, I mean, at least with the classified boxes, the artwork. I mean, I don't get it. It's a weird packaging choice. I guess we'll see what happens when they move to the pack windows again.
Yeah, like I feel like G.I. Joe kind of does it okay. I mean, I don't love the boxes anyway, but if you're gonna have a box, give me something to display. You know, like the classic boxes. Like I have boxes with Dick Tracy cars, and it's got Dick Tracy on the car, and it's a drawing or a cartoon, and you have that kind of stuff. You can display it. It looks good to display. That doesn't look good to display. That's just a rendition of the actual figure.
Well, it looks like it should be the back of the box.
I have not found those yet. I sort of want those indie figures, even though I know they are not great. If you really want them, wait till I do some of the reveals. You may find something. You may want to hold off on these and go for the other ones. So let me go to that in a little bit.
Yeah, I think I've got the indie coming. So
yeah,
it's here.
They had like 4 or 5 indies coming. Let's just remember on the list. That's not. Oh, I love chat conversations. Hasbro is doing you both the figure and artwork. Yep. But yeah, I love the side art. Whenever they have like Indiana Jones art, like this, I just love it. Like if you ever get the VHSs of the Young Indiana Jones, each box had artwork for that episode, and it was so cool. I have all the ones that they released, which they only released half of them.
It would have been cool if they did something like what Black Series, how they kind of do those murals on the side for like each movie.
Uh-oh, I did it again. I didn't do it for long, did I?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. I saw the hat in the bottom left corner, and I went.
No, this is just the way I left the house this morning. So whatever. Wait. Sorry. Please continue. I was listening to the conversation about the artwork.
Yeah, if we're gonna do this, we got to do this.
I don't have a hat, so
that's fine. You can wrap a towel around your head.
Yeah.
So yeah, the artwork is amazing, but it should be on the front of the box if you're going to do a non-bubble. What do you think, Michael? I saw this whole thing where Gridiron announced this like accessory pack for the Indiana Jones figure to upgrade his stuff, and it's got like a posable whip, and it's got a revolver that's better than the one that Hasbro made, and it's got all this stuff. And I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, that's all well and nice, and I'm glad Gridiron is trying to do something like that. But what these figures really need, because they come from the whole Black Series team, they need somebody to do like third-party kit bash swap out joints to make these figures more articulated. Like, literally pop the figure apart, figure out what different kinds of ball joints and stuff it needs, so that a person can literally upgrade the internal structure of the figure, because these figures have the same problems that all the Black Series figures do. There are only so many poses it can take. The Marvel and G.I. Joe classified lines are far better when it comes to the posability than these. And also, just to harp on this one more time, they should have given Marion soft goods pants, because she looks like MC Hammer. Like there's something wrong there. Like it just. Yeah. Well, we'll start with that one then. I agree. Put it here.
I mean, for real. I mean, come on. Like.
Let's get it back a little. Oh, I got so much stuff the last couple of weeks. Well, there this goes the dominoes of collectors. Not to mention, if you had soft good pants, you could hide these cankles she's got.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you can see them with that light, but where are they at? Those things are huge. Those joints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Series body style is just not appealing.
No.
Now, I do like the face sculpt on this one. The face sculpt looks pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm.
The articulation's okay on this one. Although, again, you have the pants, the MC Hammer pants, have articulation, but when you articulate them, they look goofy.
Right.
So you have that to deal with. But then there's the main guy. First of all, what the hell with the whip?
Yeah, that's a mess. I'm not leaving. I'm just stepping out for 1 second because Melinda needs something, but I'll be right back. Keep going.
No, that's fine. I mean, I've tried to. This whip shown on the box. Let's go back to the box, okay? When I got this, I mean, I know I can heat it up and I can do stuff with it, but this is ridiculous. This is crazy. And
yeah, you think
like,
for the namesake character, they would have gone all out.
and if you look at the box, you see his face. His face isn't too bad. but this face is like, I'm not amused. I can't. Let me see if I can get it here. The hat kind of blocked it.
He looks ill.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. He just he looks like Harrison Ford now in every movie he's in.
Yeah,
yeah, just like constipated and don't care.
I think he looks. I think he looks drawn. Like, I don't mean drawn. I mean drawn. Like he looks ashen. Like there's something. He looks paler than me. Like there's something about him that's just off. Like I don't.
At certain angles, he looks okay, but then he doesn't. Like, I don't know. And then this neck articulation thing is, I don't know. It's growing on me, but it's kind of weird. Like if I look all the way down, that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to get used to that. I'm just not used to that kind of articulation. But, you know, I remember watching your video about the gloves.
Yeah.
And I completely agreed with it. Let me put it here. I completely agreed with it. So I was like, all right, well, maybe I can find like another figure that I can add the gloves to.
Right. That's the problem. See, like
it's a ball peg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
I have no freaking idea. But yeah, they're ball pegs, and I don't think it's all of them. I think, let's see. Sala's a ball peg little thing. I want to say Tot is, which I'll show all these figures off in a minute. I feel like one of them didn't have it. No, that one had it too. Which one was it? Maybe it was Marion. Oh, I'm all over the place here. Oh, yeah. That's a Marion hand. So hers are normal pegs. But all the guys are little ball pegs.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know how much you guys collect 6-inch lines. I kind of laser focus on what I want. I'm not really a completist with this kind of stuff. And when it came to the Indiana Jones thing, like I said a few months ago, probably a year ago now, I really wished that they would have gone ahead and instead of giving us a retro collection, because we knew they were going to give us 6-inch because that's just their bread and butter now. So we knew that was going to happen. But like, instead of a retro collection, could they have just brought back out and continued and filled some gaps with what for Star Wars they would call the TVC collection or hyper articulated 3 3/4 inch? Because at least that way we could build on a line that was already pretty substantial. Whereas starting a retro collection, I don't know where, whatever. But the problem I have here is that just like with Black Series, the characters that need to be definitive right out of the box are not. Like we're talking Raiders, right? So if he's got ball peg wrists, that would have been a perfect opportunity to give him both gloved and non-gloved hands. Because in the majority of Raiders, I should say the majority. Well, yeah, actually, in the majority of Raiders, in the costume, he's actually wearing gloves. He's wearing the gloves in the Ravenwood bar, minus the satchel. And then he's wearing the gloves from the moment he drops into the Well of Souls all the way through the end of the truck chase. Like it's gloves, gloves. And yet Hasbro has this fixation. I don't know what it is. They have this fixation with this Indy over the idol. Like with the bag, like that's what they always do. I think this Indy comes with the freaking idol. Yeah, see, like I like the whole movie. I like Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a perfect film. What I resent is this fanboy fixation on the first 3 minutes of the movie, as if somehow
I agree. I agree, because especially when you see, I don't know if you've seen the reveals yet, but I'm going to show them in a little bit, but. This would have been an opportunity to have something like at least like a torch or something, a shovel or you know, something from later on in the movie. Because I mean, I've kind of given it away, but this all comes back again, and you're pretty much getting the same but different.
Well, like that whip, like what are they thinking? Like,
I don't know. The whip. Well, I mean, that's not even the worst part. At least you can like heat that up and they're able to do something with it. But the actual, let me dump these out. The actual whip that he comes with here, the peg won't go in the dang hole.
It's pegged?
Yeah,
oh my God.
It's a little plastic, but it's like the peg hole is not big enough. So, you can get it like that, but then you just saw it pop off. Now it's just...
also, both the coiled whip and the bag look too small.
Yes, and I said that to you. I guess that was yesterday or the other day.
Yeah.
The bag is way too small. It doesn't look bad. It's just small.
Yeah, it's too small. That's too small.
And the gun's in there. It's also a peg in there, and it takes a little effort.
Right.
But it's very flimsy, so it's
as a matter
hard
of fact, coincidence of coincidences. That's the bag. Look at it compared to my head. Like it's bigger than my head width and what like that.
There it is to his head.
No, it's too small. That bag is too small.
Way too small.
I mean, that is the definition right there of man purse.
And there is no articulation in his waist. They kept it all the way.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or not, I don't know. It's picky. I feel like the what do you call it? The weathering is like overdone. A little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like they should have been subtler with that in areas. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm behind in the chat.
Nah, I mean, Vargo, what do you think?
It just, I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm not, obviously, I like Indiana Jones, not as much as you guys, but it's just very apparent that Hasbro...
What makes you think I like Indiana Jones? No, kidding. No, but seriously, no, that actually,
right?
That's
You're
great.
such an indie hater.
Because you're the Nicholas Meyer walking into Star Trek 2. So your impressions of these are really important. So please, I want to hear everything you have to say.
I mean, I think just from looking at them from an action figure standpoint, it's like Hasbro just didn't care about these. And it's unfortunate because I think you could do something really cool with these. Granted, like you've said before, I don't think Indiana Jones relates as well to an action figure line as it does going out to your backyard and playing.
Right.
Role playing it. But it's unfortunate. I think I have the Indiana Jones shipping to me. I'm sure I'm going to open it and I'm going to be a little disappointed with it because, you know, especially now I'm very picky with what I've been buying lately, but you know.
Yeah. The Indiana Jones is the one I pre-ordered from Hasbro Pulse only because everybody was saying, Michael, we're going to want to hear what you have to say about the Indiana Jones figure accuracy and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, I can't wait till you make that video.
Hasbro Pulse has shipped it to me. I have no idea when it's getting here. It's been in transit for like a week. I have no idea. But I was at Target the other day and they had Marion and Sala. And I put them in my hands thinking, well, the Indy will be here. Maybe I'll just do like a trio or whatever. And I couldn't even get to the register. I stopped in the t-shirt section and went, I don't want these. I cannot buy these. I don't want them. And I went back and I put them back and because I didn't want them originally. And even in front of me looking at them, there was no curb appeal. It was like, these look bad. Even the pictures on the box don't look that great. I don't want to start a 6-inch collection when I've got the entire 2008 run and the entire Kenner run. It's too bad. So
what's up, Neal?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Neal.
How's it going? Hey, Mike. Hey, Mvargo.
I waved. I'm sorry. I should have said hello, but I waved. So
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I think it's just unfortunate because even if you do pick all of them up, I mean, you want to display them, they just I don't think they look great together because they're not from the same scenes. I mean,
right. Yeah, exactly. Perfect point. Yes.
Like with my Black Series collecting, I pick up specific things that kind of all tie together. You know, get certain things, you know, clones that match with the generals or whatever. But with these, it's like, okay, I'll pick up Indy, but I don't really want to pick up anything else right now because it doesn't match with the Indy that I'll have.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that Indy is from the Idol Grab scene. Marion's from the Cairo scene. Sala's from the Well of Souls scene. Belloc's from the end of the movie. And the spy is just the spy guy. The funny part about him is that he's a traditional peg warmer every time. So the fact that they threw him in there is mind-blowing to me. Like
Top.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually probably the best figure in here.
Oh, no doubt. I'm not saying he's always been a good figure every time they've made him. As a matter of fact, he's the most spectacular figure in the Hasbro 3 3/4-inch run. But the casual person, like Scott Hughes said, doesn't buy him. Mm-hmm. They're there for Indy and Indy's sidekick, and that's about it. And just the Belloc, man. Like you've got a version of Belloc in a Panama hat with an MP40, and they keep leaning on that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
talk about Hasbro not understanding playability anymore. Like, I don't know.
They're trying to be adult collector providers without caring what the adult collector wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it just goes back to a planning stage. I mean, if you just had a little better planning and planned your waves on who you were going to put out at a time, I think you would avoid half these issues. Like, I really like the tote figure. I just don't know if there's going to be really anything to go with him. So
yeah, exactly.
Pick them up. I mean, I don't think they're going to be making any German soldiers.
And the only two figures, to your point, Mvargo, and it was a great point. I hadn't considered it. The only two figures in this wave that actually go together are Tote and Sala. Because Sala is captured at the top of the Well of Souls with Tote standing there.
Right.
If Indy had been Well of Souls with the gloves and Marion had been in the ripped up dress like they did for the end in the Lost Wave of Hasbro stuff in 3 3/4-inch, and Belloc had been in his Panama suit and hat, then you would have had an entire group that could go together.
Yep, you'd have 5 figures.
Yeah, and they would have had more playability too. But because Indy and Marion would have come with torches, and you could have thrown in some snakes, and you could have done some cool stuff. And then the arc build would have been exactly correct because all of those characters are around the Well of Souls. But Hasbro gonna Hasbro. Like
Yep.
Now if they're gonna make this figure, at least give him an expression face like you have on others.
Right.
Because I mean, he's big eyed and he's like, I don't know if you can see me because of the StreamYards logo, but like that, you know? Here.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. There we go.
And that's why I'm like, do I even really want to pick up the remainder, the other 3, to make the art? I just
I do like Sala.
Yeah.
I do like Sala. His face sculpt is a little off too, but
right.
But I mean, at certain angles, he's not bad.
Right.
How are the legs articulation with the robe?
It's soft, hard plastic. So like you can see his leg. You can see under his skirt. he has like regular pants on under it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm trying to find that. So I mean, he does. You can get him kind of like Obi-Wan figures used to.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the pose, but it's gonna pop out. You know, if you
Right.
if you do.
Yeah, he's meant to stand around. That's what half these 6-inch Hasbro figures are meant to do these days, is stand around.
Oh, you just lost.
You lost a hand.
Lost his hand.
Wow, do the hands come off that easily?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Is it because it's the ball pegs?
That's
now?
the first for me. So
when I opened up mine last night, when I pulled him out, his hands were laying down in the back or in the little filler box thing floating around in the bottom. His hands weren't even on.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, geez.
yeah.
I already knew when I saw the hands down there, I go, this character's crap. I already knew at that point.
Well,
I knew.
well, you're gonna find out they love the suits. They love you using these suits. Less of adventure, more of, you know,
Yeah.
College classroom.
A corporate mixer.
No, they made
Yeah.
them so they could get their selfie series heads and pop them on the suit bodies for themselves.
Drop this. I did build the whole arc.
Tim's got a good question. I wonder if they'll do that.
Very flimsy, but at least you got the figure. See, that would have been, like you said, Michael, having the indie from the Well of Souls would have been perfect for this.
Yeah.
Because you had both of them there. You could make some really cool scenes with that. But again, you know, have, like you said, have a few snakes, white gloves, torch, easy accessories.
Some of the images from the announcements today as well make no sense at all. Like why do they have Temple of Doom Indy with the monkey from Raiders on his head? Why do they?
Yeah.
I know these like.
How many monkeys are we gonna need? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they're probably gonna make the Cairo swordsman with the or the spy or whatever. I forgot his name. That the monkey belongs to.
Yeah.
You know?
Short Round is a travesty. Like his face. What are they thinking? Like,
I need to see these. I haven't seen these reveals yet.
I got them. I've got them come up. We'll
and
take
why
a look
are
at
they
'em.
announcing another? Oh my God! See, look, they're doing another indie at the Idol Grab pedestal. So they've just repeated themselves without giving us something different. Like, oh, this is infuriating. Like, I want to look at Hasbro and just be like, when I say fertility idol, do you guys literally get an erection? Like, because this is all you do is Arc Ceremony Belloc and Idol Grab Indie. Like, you've literally just done Idol Grab Indie twice in 2 waves.
That's what I was gonna show you. Let's
This is asinine.
Let's see if I can.
It just really
there
seems
we go.
like they just don't care and are just making them because
They
Lucasfilm said,
don't.
"Hey, can you make indie figures for us?" We're like, okay, we're gonna make the same ones we did last time.
Knowing our luck, that monkey is the Build-A-Figure.
Right.
Also, the coiled whip that they're using for both Raiders Indie and Temple of Doom Indie, it's too small versus the full whip. In other words, it's not big enough.
And it's not bendable.
No,
I mean, this whip is horrible.
I mean, if you look at, I assume this is Dial
you can
of
stretch
Destiny
it out,
Indie.
but
The Dial of Destiny Indie's whip looks a lot bigger on the belt. The coiled whip, it looks a lot more correct, even though now apparently he's wearing coffee dark pants. I don't know why that is, but
Well,
I don't know. I feel again, this is probably a render, but the face looks better than it does. But it looked better on the box anyway. So
yeah, but why couldn't they give us that face with gloves and a torch?
Yeah,
Why
so
are they doing this again?
What is
And the
difference
trigger
of this
finger.
figure?
Yeah, the trigger finger. Well, we're never getting away from that.
Right.
That's Star Wars Black Series team right there. That should be their hand signal at all their meetings.
I want somebody to Photoshop the scene when he's got 2 trigger fingers going in to grab it.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I don't know if I'm missing anything, but is it? I mean, how is this different?
But yeah,
It's not.
Like,
He looks less dying of a terminal illness, but that's also just a render. The face will probably end up looking the same.
So we're getting the bag of sand. That's it.
and the pedestal, right?
And the pedestal.
For
Because
50
we already
bucks.
get the idol, right? We already get the idol. So is this like a deluxe figure? Is that what they're going to call this?
Yeah, a deluxe figure rerun of the original figure, like
that just came
right.
out.
Because they know it won't sell, so they'll just repackage them and now we'll try and make more money off of you. Rip you off.
This is weak. Like you want to look at okay, so years ago people badgered me, not necessarily negatively, but they badgered me about the fact that I was constantly talking about Indiana Jones as action figures, but I would never address Lego. And now recently I've been addressing Lego. But what got me to finally cross the picket line and start doing Indiana Jones Lego was because the stuff that Hasbro's announced, and I didn't even know about this until today. So the reason I crossed the picket line into Lego instead of action figures for the first time is because this crap is coming out. Hasbro successfully got me to run away from them. Even though I was staying with them despite how much I hated them all these years, now they finally have broken my back and I've run off to Lego. Like, because Lego actually did 3 distinct minifigures. They did one, which was the idol grab with the idol grab set. They did the other one, which has the gloves with the Well of Souls, and they did one with the tie from Last Crusade. Lego is putting more into
Well, and not to mention, like I was saying earlier, when you buy the Lego set, you get minifigures that match. I mean, in the Well of Souls, you get Sala, Marion, and Indy that all go together. You don't have Cairo Street's Marion and the Well of Souls playset with Lego.
Yeah, 100%.
I really wanted to like it. You know what I mean? When it got announced, but then when we kind of you start breaking it down. And you're like, okay, you're looking at all the, stuff that doesn't match up, the inaccuracies, all that. And then to get it, and like I said, my hands were floating around in the bottom of the box. I was like, okay. Yeah. I knew I was already let down with that. And it's like they could have had so much potential with this, so much potential, and do this line so much justice, especially in a 6-inch, right? I mean, they could have killed this and knocked this out of the park. And it was just like, now that's why I'm like, do I even want to finish to try and get that? And to me, what Drew showed, what it looked like when the arc's fully complete, it's flimsy.
Yeah.
It's because I'll tell you right now, when I was holding the top portion of it, I was like, oh my God, they're so hollow. They remind me of like game pieces from Monopoly. They're so thin.
Yeah.
They're so cheaply thin.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this sucks.
This syndrome fresh in 2023.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh my butt off if the build a thing is literally the monkey on the next go around.
Oh,
laugh.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because they're doing that with
I know there's dislikes about the retro collection that they really I get that. But in my opinion and if you had to compare the two lines, at least the retro looks, 50% better.
Do you okay, so I'm about
it's not much, but
I'm gonna make a video about this because I promised Stan Solo that I would. So I'm gonna be making a dedicated video, but might as well reveal it here. All right.
Okay.
So when Stan Solo did his Marion, he did not foresee a retro collection of Indiana Jones on Hasbro's radar. Like he did that. He was working on that months and months and months before any product from Hasbro for Indiana Jones was announced, right? So he started with the Marion. He, unlike what they said on their Pulse live stream as spin, he did forensically recreate the lace dress. He did get it nearly exact. Like, he was going to the nines. And then he immediately started working on Indy. And then I mean, he was ready to finalize. He was like a few steps away from finalizing. They'd prototyped it a few times, and he was ready to finalize the recreation. And that's when they announced the retro collection. And he was like, well, I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid. You know, Chris is not going to deliberately walk in front of Hasbro's freight train. And so he canceled going forward with that figure. And just from the preview images that Hasbro had shown that day that nixed his ambitions for a recreated Kenner Indy, that figure looked like mush. And then when we got it, as you know, the face paint, they changed it. They made it worse. The head looks a little mushy. The limbs are rubbery. Apparently he can't hold his weapons like the first Star Wars retro collection. The whip handle now is as big as a traffic cone. Like, I don't know why that's the case, because it was a very slim cone before. And so Chris reached out to me and he said, Michael, he said, are you going to buy the retro collection Indy? And I said, no. And I said, I've got the Kenner stuff. I don't want to buy that. It doesn't look good. He goes, well, I think you're going to need to. And I said, pardon? Well, you're going to make me go buy something I don't want? And he goes, no, I need you, because I need you to do a video. And I said, well, Chris, you know, I'll take a bullet for you. I said, but what do you mean you need me to do a video? He's never asked me or said that phrase to me ever before. Like, never. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, because there's something arriving at your house tomorrow. So I did not plan to show this, but let me just grab it. Hold on, it's right here.
I mean, I'll have a video coming out. I've got a video coming out probably tomorrow as well on these 3.75s.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, Mike.
Please, sorry.
Oh, no. Like I said, I've got one coming out too, and I've kind of finalizing some touches on it, and I don't know which way I know the way I want to present it. I know the way I want to do it, but yeah, I've got a little bit more to work on it, but it should be done tomorrow. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I had to go track down a retro collection Indy, and my buddy Thomas at Lio Convoy found one for me at a Target in his area. And so I PayPal'd him and he shipped it. It's supposed to be here Monday. Nice. But in the meantime, so this is an original Kenner Indiana Jones vintage.
Okay.
That's the original. I know that my focus isn't very good. But,
no, you're good.
Yeah. So that's the original Kenner. Now what I'm about to show you is the shocker. He sent no innuendo intended. He sent me as out of nowhere one of the I don't know if you call it a test shot or a revised test shot or whatever, but this one is still not the final. And yet, when you look at it, like he was going to still be making tweaks to it. Like this was the refined, getting close. Like this was 90% dialed in.
Wow.
Right. And this, I'll hold it up next to. This is what he was going to make. I know it's not very clear. Sorry. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Nope, because my camera sucks. There. Oh, nope.
Had it for a second.
Come on. Focus. Is it going to do it? No, it won't, because it sucks. Anyway, the point is, maybe this is good because I'll be doing a video about it. But if you look at it next to the vintage one, it's a lot closer than the Hasbro one got. And he was, he wasn't done. This wasn't finished yet.
Right.
So, and yes, it has, the spring arm. Like this thing has the spring arm and everything. So working holster, you know, everything. So it's a real shame because his Marion was every Marion that I've seen from the retro collection in Target. I've seen 3 of them so far. I haven't picked up a single one because everyone has in the bubble, her head is separating from the torso. Like her neck is like, and there's this gap.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm big on lines, right? Like
Mhm.
I like lines to blend.
Yep.
And I mention that a lot in my videos. I'll be like, and I don't know what it is, you know, especially like on the 6-inch, right? His kneecaps. I get why they did it that way. Okay, I understand. But the line and it's stuff like that that kind of I don't know.
It's
maybe it's being
amazing.
too nitpicky. I don't know.
It's amazing.
But yes, I see what you mean now. Her head is.
Oh, see, it's coming up. Yeah,
I don't know. Is it too dark?
No, I can see it. That's exactly where the bubble strains her neck in that direction in every single packaging I've seen, and it looks like it's going to come out.
Yeah.
So when should we expect this next indie video, Michael?
Well, it's the next indie video about these figures will be as soon as that retro collection indie arrives, and it's supposed to arrive Monday, which means everybody on Patreon will see it on Tuesday. If it arrives Monday, I'll have it done by Tuesday, and then it'll go live on YouTube on Wednesday.
So what you're saying is RetroBlasting is becoming an Indiana Jones channel, right?
No. This is just
exactly.
No. This is honestly, this is just. This was my entrenched embedded fandom for 25 years online with the internet age. Like other, you know, everybody has that thing where they join the message boards for whatever their thing is, whether it's, you know, Star Wars, Ghostbusters, whatever. Mine, I was just, when the internet happened, I went toward Indiana Jones. And I'm a big Star Wars, Star Trek fan. You know, I have a lot of fandoms that I love, but that was the one that, I don't know, I took that extra step. And so now that this movie's coming out, suddenly all this stuff is happening naturally. And people are coming out of the woodwork from my past and from my present. And they're asking me about all these different Indiana Jones related things. And so it's like, well, this is the unavoidable encounter. This is the one I have to, you know, get through. I feel like Michael Douglas in Romancing the Stone, where suddenly I find myself in a jungle and I've just got a machete and I'm just having to go through it and I'm going to get to the other side, you know, like,
right.
So.
Yeah, I just finally got around to listening to that Patreon message today. So
yeah,
it was like, oh,
it's going to happen. You'll see. People will be like, it's turning into an Indiana Jones channel. And no.
Right.
I've got a whole video coming out about a weird PG-13 Tomb Raider semi porn mag coming out soon too. That's true, by the way. It's not real porn. It's whatever you want to call it. It's like Tomb Raider invented Maxim before Maxim came out.
Oh, okay.
That's a creepy way to describe it, but it's horrible. It's horrible. I can't wait for people to see the video. I was horrified. Anyway, back to Indiana Jones. So
Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, close enough.
Yeah, that's what people are going to say. They're going to be like, well, then you did too. I'm like, no, I've been working on that video for months. Like that's not even. So when you're doing this retro figure, you said you were going to customize it.
Who me?
Yeah.
On which one, Mike?
Oh, the retro indie. I thought you said something about you're going to work with it.
No. Well, I don't want to give away too much. I
okay.
mean,
well, no, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
no problem. I won't. Don't give away anything.
What's that?
I said you don't have to give away anything. I didn't realize I stepped in that minefield.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just I just don't know how I want to incorporate what I want to do to it. I'm still thinking about it, so I should still. I'll just have to finalize it here, right? In a few hours, kind of figure it out. But
gotcha.
I was going to ask you what is that figure behind you? I can't really make it out.
Oh,
what is that back there?
The one in the blue shirt?
Yeah. What? Oh, it's Laura Croft. Okay.
Yeah. This is so when I've had this for years and years. So when the Angelina Jolie movie came out, I hated that movie, but I thought, you know what? They're finally action figures out.
Yeah.
So I went and I got the action figure in the shorts, and I completely repainted it to look like the game.
Oh, okay, cool.
So and I shaved off that stupid skull on her belt buckle and all that crap, and I just made it because she was all black and dark charcoal gray two-tone, and I just turned around and made it Tomb Raider specific, like OG. The only thing that's not accurate is her arms have little sleeves. But if I'd bought another figure at the time, I could have done an arm swap, but I was not experienced enough to know how to do that, so I left well enough alone. But yeah, so
Cool.
Hey, Drew, welcome to hanging
Very
with
cool.
Drew.
mm-hmm.
Glad I could be here.
Welcome back to your channel.
I don't think anything caught on fire.
No.
No, my computer sometimes does this thing where it just all of a sudden just freezes up. It's
Mhm.
usually very quick, but
Mhm.
like sometimes I'll be watching y'all streams and I'll be like, crap. And it'll take probably about 30 seconds to a minute to do, and then
Mhm.
it starts playing again, and I just kind of try
Right.
to catch back up. But this time it literally shut down the whole browser, and every time I tried to bring it up, it wouldn't come back up.
Oh,
But
good. Excellent.
yeah, old computer and stuff. Let me try to. It closed out my slides, so I'm gonna see if I can't bring them back up. Thank y'all for keeping on with that.
No problem.
I have a bunch of this. I was gonna go over all the Star Wars stuff, but we were on an indie rant, so I went ahead and went to the indie slides. So y'all have already beat those to death.
That's a 2-pack?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whose exclusive is it?
What a ripoff.
That's the only
That
that's
I
the
don't
only
know. I just grabbed images.
that's what their logic is. Oh, well, the only way we can get Marcus Brody to sell is if we sell him with Renee Belloc. It's like, or you could have actually sold him like with Indy and Elsa as like a Venice 3-pack. That you could have done.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. He comes well, here's the 2-pack, but he comes with a book and an apple.
Uh-huh. Compelling. Like,
I mean, think of all the adventures you could go on.
That's right.
Hey, you remember that one scene when Indy got an apple and then Marcus took it? It's the toy now.
That's right.
I'm gonna give him a glass of booze from Indy's house. That's what I'm
Pop
gonna
him up
do.
against a tree and let him read his book while he's eating his apple and
Right,
take
right.
a nap.
Now, is that an oversized Bible? Is that
Yeah, I believe
it's
so.
just
Yeah.
only way that would compel me is if it actually opens with a mini picture of the ark doing the
Well, it looks like it has a split in the middle, like
I
right
can't
in the
see it,
middle.
unfortunately, but
Yeah, maybe it does open.
Mm-hmm.
and then Belloc comes with
That's better than the other one.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, too bad you have to buy the 2-pack to get them. Where you could
It
have
does
just
make
came
me. It does
like
make me
that.
wonder how much they listen to us rip them a new one, like because they hadn't revealed this prior to the first reveal, and I can't speak for everybody else, but I admit I kind of went ape shit, and so it's like, come on, guys, let's be obvious here. You guys are obviously not interested in Indiana Jones. This is a layup for you guys, and it's showing, and you guys got to at least pretend like you care. And so now suddenly we're getting this. How convenient is that?
I like his shoes. His shoes look nice.
Yeah.
Nifty shoes.
First action figure with patent wingtip articulation.
That's right.
And then we got the reveals. This is the only picture I could find at the moment, so I didn't really. But
Thank you.
I mean, I like the looks from afar, but I haven't been able to. You said that the short round was pretty bad.
Yeah, the short round is rough. Like I mean, the guy just won an Oscar, and this is the action figure.
This is the justice he gets.
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
I
they
get
can't
why
make
he
a
has the
Harrison
monkey.
Ford figure.
I'm getting why he has the monkey now, because the angle they used on the photo made it look like he was still Temple of Doom Indy, but that's Cairo Indy. Okay, so Cairo Indy has the monkey. His sleeve was hidden in the other photograph, so I thought he was still the bare sleeved Indy. Okay,
Gotcha.
so that,
Okay.
all right,
Yeah.
so that's Cairo Indy.
But
with the
again,
monkey.
I mean, that's 3 figures you're gonna have the monkey with, and you only need 1 monkey.
Right.
I mean, I could understand 2, but this one doesn't need it.
Does that monkey come off that hat?
I hope to God there's
I hope so.
I hope there's not a peg hole in the top so the monkey can sit on that.
Because this is how I picture how they designed this. Two stoner designers sitting around the table one night late, probably having a little too much herb. Dude, what happens if we put a monkey on Indy's head? I think it'll sell. I mean, that's when I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I do have a close up of the last 3, but I had put the close up for a different reason. But you could see I guess you could see the Cairo Indy when we do it. But I got a close up because it just showed the current Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, of what he really thinks of the whole thing. You take that image as you will, but
first of all, what is
doing,
the massive diaper crotch on Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and then look at that. Look at Indy's pants. Like, I know for a fact that in the new film, his pants are still the correct color. They are not that dark. Like, his pants are still the taupe khaki, and for some reason he's wearing coffee brown pants. Like, what gives? But notice how much bigger his coiled whip is than the versions they've put on the classic Indies. I mean, you can barely see it because they have darkened up Indy's whip in these last few movies. But
yeah.
Okay, so Carl, I look at the holster there, and underneath I see the tip. It might be an optical illusion or the way I'm looking at it. But underneath that, why does that look like there's a hinge on the high upper thigh?
There's seam lines on those upper thigh pieces.
I know that, but what's that right above it? Looks like a black horizontal line going up to the bottom of the holster.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's a seam line. It's just shadow.
Okay. Must be.
It's
to me, it
shadow.
looks like it's a hinge.
I just looked at my other figure and he has it too. It's just the pant seam has it's indented with the light. It's making it.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm just glad we're getting the same flashlight twice.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're getting the flashlight with both Dial of Destiny figures.
Right.
Well, you gotta have those flashlights, Otherwise, no adventure without a flashlight.
And if the Cairo Indy doesn't come with opposable action, if the Cairo Indy doesn't come with opposable action whip, then Hasbro clearly doesn't have a clue what these movies are visually. Because if he doesn't come with the action whip, but he's coming with the monkey, that means that they are deliberately giving us Indy drinking himself into a stupor, because that is post Marion blowing up in the truck with the monkey and no action weapons. So they're giving us Indy trying to drink his sorrows away.
Right.
But no booze. They're not giving us any booze to go with it. Like, they're not
going to give you this
bottle.
They're going to give you this little whip that just kind of hinges and goes like this.
Oh God. This is it's baffling. Like, I don't want to sit here and say, like, if this was 10 years ago, these figures would be far more impressive than they are now based on what we're used to with 6-inch, right?
Well, sure.
But even
it's a step back.
It's a step back. But even with that, even with the step back, Hasbro's inability to think on their feet about how to combo these waves together for them to make sense, what details need to be brought in that they've already made, with like they are like reaching around in the dark. It's like the blind leading the blind here. I
don't know. Is it like they remember what they saw in the movies, and they're like, "Oh, I like that scene. Let's make that character." Oh, I like that
Yeah.
scene. Let's make that character.
Right.
Is that what they're really doing here? Or are they really putting any creative effort into it? $60,000 question.
Yeah.
I feel like there is one person there that is like, okay, let's make this one. Let's make this one. He's actually a fan, but the rest of them are like, okay, but we're not going to put that into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a waste.
Yeah. But you are right, Drew. That the new Indy there, that side angle does resemble Harrison. It's not, it's pretty close.
Yeah, that figure right there. I mean, I might get the one in the middle, but throw the monkey away. But I don't know. The rest of them, the way the old Indy is doing is kind of the way I feel about everything about the new movie.
The Cairo Indy seems to be, according to the individual images, they have him with an action whip, like opposable whip. So that's good. They do have his hat locked down way far on the back of his head. So I don't know what that's all about. Are the hats a separate piece that is glued on?
I mean, they are glued on, but the hair, like if you take it off, it's probably going to be like a bald look.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if I was able to rip the glue seal up on the back of that hat and raise it up a millimeter on that Cairo Indy, that would improve the situation immensely. Because his hat, while the brim is down in the back in that scene, his hat overall is still higher up on his head. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
He looks like he's wearing his dad's hat. Like, meaning not his dad in the movie continuity, but like he looks like a little kid wearing his dad's hat.
Yeah, does his neck
he looks like his ears are pressed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can. It just may have this like gap. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just because Michael, you're looking at the pictures. Does his neck look really long in those photos?
Yes, his neck does look really
I'm looking at them
long.
Looking at it right now, I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got like Jennifer Lawrence neck going on there. It does look odd. I'm not. Yeah, he's practically a giraffe. He's starting to go into giraffe territory. And then the other irritating thing here is that, and again, I know I'm about to sound like a hypocrite for anybody that follows my Facebook, because I said for years that they should have just kept the Raiders hat throughout all the films. But I'm noticing that the Temple of Doom Indiana Jones figure still has the Raiders hat on. He doesn't actually have the Temple of Doom version of the hat. He's still got the turned brim, tight pinch Raiders hat, which is also, I get it. They're recycling the same head sculpt. But
yeah, why tool up a new hat if you don't have to?
True, and I understand that completely. But the thing is, and as much as I love Raiders, as much as I love it, the Raiders hat is the outlier. Like, if you want the most Indiana Joneses in your figure line to be accurate as possible, I freely admit you would either pick the Temple of Doom or the Crystal Skull hat and then go with that across the entire line, because the Raiders hat is so distinct that it actually, you can visibly see it's not in the other movies.
Yeah. It's my favorite hat. I mean, the others.
Oh, mine
good,
too. I mean,
but
yeah,
the Raiders hat is literally and figuratively stands above the rest.
I totally agree. I look what I'm wearing. But with that being said, like, it is interesting the choices that they've made here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It does look like Marcus's book opens up. I'm looking at the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
It's got the picture from the book, the movie where they're carrying the ark through.
See, I don't mind props as long as the props are like significant to the character. Like if you're gonna have the shield, have it with the right indie. If you're gonna have I don't know, different aspects like the what do you call it? I forget the name of it. The little idol.
Yeah, the fertility idol.
Fertility idol.
Yeah.
Have it with the right indie, you know?
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
God, that short round's a travesty.
Oh, the short round is.
I wish I had got more pictures. I kind of decided to go live very quickly and
Yeah, it looks like Toy
grabbed
Art's
whatever I
got
could.
pictures now. So
If ever there was an action figure equivalent of a human pratfall, it would be this short round.
yeah, it's
What a mess.
not a good looking figure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Michael? What do you think, or what do you all think about the middle Shankara stone skull head?
Is that coming with short round, or is that the Build-A-Figure piece? I guess
it's-
that's the build.
I think it's
Right.
the path. Yeah,
Yeah.
build the artifact.
Yeah. I mean,
If
at
not,
least they're going. You know, I mean, how much is it going to take really to build a holy grail? That's what I wonder. You know, what's that artifact going to be? You know, like, but yeah, I think it's nice that they went to the effort. Just like with
I
the
hope the
arc.
stones come out.
Say what?
I hope the stones come out.
Oh yeah. If they don't, that's going to be a real mess.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're getting 3 Temple of Doom figures that could theoretically match better than with this than the Arc build was. So.
You need a the Temple of Doom indie with the machete needs a satchel that comes open that you can put the stones in.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
That would've been
And
cool.
it looks like the Temple of Doom indie satchel, if I'm looking at the paint apps, they've already painted what looks like a burn mark on the outside of it.
Huh.
Like as if the stones are already burning through the satchel. That could just be a lighting thing, though, but it could just be a lighting thing. So don't quote me on
I
that.
wouldn't hold my breath with Hasbro.
Yeah. But that coiled whip on the Cairo indie and the one that just came out, the first indie, that is pathetic.
Yeah. Well,
True.
I'm gonna change course a little bit since I do have the Star Wars reveals. I'm gonna go through these kind of quickly because I mainly wanted to talk about the indie stuff, but I know we had repaints, which if you're gonna do a repaint, I think this is a cool way to do a repaint instead of just bronze, gold, and
well, this is a Celebration exclusive, right? This one, or is
not
this
sure.
I think this one might be an exclusive. So whatever.
I had all the information pulled up, but everything closed down on me a few minutes ago, so I have no way of checking anymore. I had it all like laid out, but I mean, I think it looks good. I won't get it, but I mean, if you're someone who wants to get that Revenge of the Jedi poster look, I think paint wise it looks good. To match that.
Does the saber look a little off though? Look a little
what?
orange. The saber, his lightsaber, doesn't it look a little orange?
I think the whole thing's just stylized, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had a Return of the Jedi. I guess a re-release, but it kind of looks like they're resculpted a little bit. He's got
It looks pretty close to the he's got the head.
Oh wow.
he's got the helmet comes off, the hand is missing. You can trade it out and you can take the mask off.
So does it looks like the forearm comes off, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Now-
how you swap it, or
Now, can y'all tell me, is that Hayden Christensen's head instead of the original actor?
I would hope not, because they didn't update the movie to have Hayden.
I mean, it's
Christensen.
supposed to be a Return of the Jedi figure. It shouldn't have Hayden Christensen's face.
No, I think that is Sebastian Shaw. Yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, they haven't removed him from the movie yet. They haven't reshot Hayden Christensen with that
God,
scene yet to
I
replace
hope
it.
they never do that.
Right.
It makes the ghost thing so
Yeah, well, wasn't that revealed too?
Weird.
yeah, it was revealed. It just takes you out of the movie when you're like, and I'm Hayden Christensen. Sorry, I forgot I had that still on the screen. I don't know. Any thoughts on this figure? I know a lot of these
cool.
are
it's neat.
It's cool, but I already have I have the Obi-Wan Darth Vader. I really don't need another Darth Vader.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Michael's video. What is it? Do we need another Luke, or what was it? Your Luke videos? Do we need another Vader now?
Mm-hmm.
We've got a ton of Vaders.
Yeah.
I like displaying by the movies. So having a Vader for each movie, I only have 2 right now. I don't think I have a Return of the Jedi one. So I might get this just to put with that display. That tends to be how I display stuff.
If I were to buy this one, I'd keep it with missing the hand and without the helmet. I think would be the only way I would buy this one. Just to have something completely different than what I already have.
Yeah.
And I get it. They're targeting that person that's going to build those little scenes, or like what you want to do, Drew, putting it next to your movies or something. I mean, I get the marketing side of it, why they do this. But but for me personally, I'm not that kind of collector and styler and poser and all that, right? I'm not getting that fine and tuned to making those little scenes. Duplicate.
Yeah, I like 3 3/4 for scene building, but I like the 6-inch for character building.
Sure.
From
different. I like a definitive version of each character.
Now, one I will pick up because I have the old version of, but I want this new version with a better face is the Luke. It's such a better Luke than it was before. I'm not even sure this is the same sculpt. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it is, but I don't know. It just looks cleaner.
As long as the actual production release looks like that.
Exactly. That's the kicker there, right?
Right. I mean, I have the beginning of the movie Luke and a couple of versions with the cape on when he's on the sail barge, but this one I have the old version. I wanted to swap the heads, but it didn't work at that time, so I had to use the old head. And I know you could take off you could have taken off the thing, but he wouldn't have the belt and stuff, and I just didn't want to take it apart and try to put it on there.
Maybe they won't give us sunburn or out on Tatooine too long, Luke. You know what I mean? Maybe they won't give. So.
Oh, it won't work. I tried to make your screen big, but it didn't work. Yeah. I don't know. I like this version, and it's got the piece with the white down.
Yeah, how does that work, though?
Well, before it used to be a clip piece, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's a different sculpt because it doesn't look that way now. I mean, it could still be a clip on front. There might be a seam right there just above the belt. Kind of looks like a straight line.
And these are Black Series?
Black Series, yes.
So this is like the 5th attempt to do Death Star dual Jedi Luke Skywalker?
Something like that.
Yeah, they've done him before, but it was back before they got better with the faces.
Uh-huh.
So it's been a while since they've done him, other than I can't talk. Indoor when he's got the outfit on under all that other stuff,
Right,
but he doesn't
right.
have the belt.
Yeah, like the palace cloak version.
I
Yeah.
almost get a rubber feel looking at that chest right there. Doesn't it? Kind of looks like real thin rubber. I don't see the shine, coming off like the legs or the arms. It's kind of dull. I wonder if that's thin rubber.
Yeah, or it's like a little square that pops on and off.
Yeah,
Sort of
just
off,
like
yeah.
like the original figure does. It has 2 different chest plates so that you can do the flap
Yep.
down or the flap up.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I'll pick this one up to replace the one I have. So I do like that. R2, for some reason, is always hard to get. I don't know why, but so
Have they fixed his scale?
I
Probably
hope
not.
so. I do like this aspect where you can pull that up, and I like this stuff. But what the hell is this?
It's Mechaneck R2.
Isn't that some? I mean, and I'm not trying to be a nerd here at all because that's kind of ridiculous. But isn't that some sort of like Star Wars technical journal thing about how R2's head sticks up in the Naboo fighter?
Yeah, but this is a Jedi.
Oh no, I get that. I'm not saying it makes any sense in this application. I'm just grasping at straws here, trying to figure this out.
That's news to me. I'm not.
So you're saying this is how he would go on the top in the X-wing?
No, the Naboo fighter. The
Oh, the
X-wing.
Naboo
The X-wing,
fighter,
you can
okay.
see his shoulders right there, but in the Naboo fighter, it's just his head sticking out of that tube. And I've seen cutaway diagrams that show like R2 gets pulled up underneath into the Naboo fighter, and then suddenly his head just appears. And it's because he has this telescoping extended thing. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in this drawing. But it's a Lucasfilm drawing, and it's like, really? Yeah.
I mean, they're really getting desperate and digging to find something. If that's what that is.
Yeah, but he won't have the third leg.
Sorry, go ahead, Fargo.
Sorry. But, they'll have the hollow so he can pull his head up, but you won't have it so you can pull the third leg down. You have to plug that in.
Right.
Could this be something that is related to his head coming up out of the sand? No, because he used his periscope.
Yeah, he used
I don't have any clue what that is.
Somebody thought it looked cool at Hasbro.
We're just going to call him Mechaneck R2.
Maybe it's something gonna be in the new movies or something. I don't know.
Are we going to get to that, Drew? Are you going to talk about that at the panel reveals and all the new movies coming?
Probably not, because you can do that on your show, because I didn't watch.
No. I didn't know if you're going to touch on it.
I just wanted to talk about the toys. I didn't.
Got you. Okay.
I didn't listen to it.
I caught a little bit of it. And I was just. All I was going to say was, oh my God, we're just going to kill and beat this line to death at this point.
Yep.
Well, most of the stuff that I'm showing has already been made before, so they're trying to go back and get the people that didn't get them before. Oh, lost Michael. We just had enough.
He's like, I'm done.
Hasbro's killing me. I can't.
No. I reached my Hasbro level.
Sorry, it was a computer glitch. I didn't bail.
Man, computer glitches. I don't know.
Although that would have been funny if I actually had been like, screw this, and I just.
You're like, I'm out of here, damn it.
Okay, this one I feel like they just released not very long ago. So, I mean, they've done the blue version. I have 2 of these already. I don't need any more.
Yeah, they just did the expanded universe Connor Jax or whatever too. I mean,
Yep,
it's pretty much the
I
same.
have that one. But they just released this not like 2-3 years ago. So it's not like the Luke where you haven't gotten that one since like 2016 or so. And as well as this Jabba the Hutt. This one I'm glad they're bringing back, because I had passed on it at the time.
Now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty high, but I never got him originally, so I'm glad that they're
getting Salacious Crumb.
He reminds me though, the colors on it really remind me of the Power of the Force too.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
once again, Hasbro's real bad with assortments. They're giving us Death Star Luke Skywalker, but they're not
Yeah.
They're bringing out Jabba, but it's not Jedi Knight Jabba's Palace Luke, like
Right.
who still has a terrible head and looks like he's, as someone said, a Scottish grandmother.
Yeah. I hope they never make that one as a toy. At least not for adult collectors, because I would pass on it every time. I'd rather have this one in the scene. So
So you
yeah,
think
that'll
this
be.
Yeah, we know it's
Salacious Crumb
Jabba. It just gives me that Power of the Force 2 vibe. Jabba does, not the rest of it. You know, Salacious Crumb or is just. I think it's the colors, that darker green and that
Yeah.
darker tan.
So you think the Crumb they had tooled up for the Rancor and said, "Crap, we need to fit this into something we
Somehow could have.
This is like the third or fourth Salacious Crumb release, I think,
Yeah.
and I've never picked him up, but I might get this one. Then we have the Force Ghosts, which I already have
Not
two of
Force
these.
Ghosts.
Force
I'll just get
Spirits, sorry.
stand solos.
I mean, I already have the Yoda and the Obi-Wan.
Yeah, those
that
just
they
came out
released.
not that long ago, right?
Yeah, they were Walgreens exclusives. So,
Bridge not
and
included.
but yeah, I have both these. I think I have an extra
Just
Obi-Wan.
the audacity. The
Dude,
audacity.
Obi-Wan looks too damn small.
Yeah, he does.
He looks way too small.
Plus, they're both just probably
Wasn't he
not
too
happy
big
that
before though?
they're posing with a child murderer.
I mean, actually, the Hayden Christensen face sculpt looks pretty good
Yeah.
compared to the other ones that they put out.
Now, yeah, the other Yoda was
Is Yoda playing spoons on his knee?
I can't.
So, I think we're digging here. I'm sorry. My bad.
No. It's. I
like-
agree with you.
I don't always Force Ghost, but when I do, it's with Dosakis.
That's the thing. Like if Yoda was playing something, would the notes occasionally be backward? Play certain
Like
notes backward.
it's okay. It's bad lip reading Yoda, that scene when they're on Dagobah. That's what it is.
But yeah, I'll probably pass on this one because I've got the two, and I don't really want a Hayden Christensen Force Ghost. I'd rather have what is the original actor's name? I cannot.
Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw. Thank you.
Because I don't want a Hayden Christensen Force Ghost, nor do I want a Hayden Christensen Force Ghost as tall as Bull from Night Court. Like,
oh my
what
god, I
the
didn't even
heck?
notice that. Yes. I didn't even realize that. You just said that.
I mean, I know Darth
Wow,
Vader
he is
cut
huge.
Obi-Wan down, but I didn't know by that much.
Hey, he should just walk in stage right and be like,
I mean,
Criminal
yeah,
Court
even in
Part
the
2
back,
is now in
he's taller.
session. The Honorable Yoda presiding. Like,
Oh man.
Yeah, he's taller in the box too. And
Oh,
that
that
Yoda
is-
is smaller. That Yoda's a different Yoda. I think that's the Yoda from the Luke and Yoda 2-pack.
yeah.
With
But
the
what I
backpack.
mean, I don't know. Never mind. I was just gonna say, we got Disco Yoda a few years ago. We've got, the Ghost Obi-Wan, and now we're getting, Christian.
Tim Ward has just sent me an explanation on a possible explanation for that R2D2 neck.
Siegel
Apparently, in a recent episode of The Mandalorian, an R2D2 was seen with that neck extension telescoping out in some sort of droid factory area.
That makes sense of why they did it, not make sense of why it's done.
Right.
Right.
So, okay. Cad Bane. I don't know any of y'all are Clone Wars fans, but this is the version from Mandalorian.
Right.
I might pick that one up.
I do like this character, but his look was off in the show, live action.
Mm-hmm.
But not a bad figure if you're Clone Wars fan or a Mandalorian fan. Season 2, or was it Man? No, it's Book of Boba Fett. I'm sorry.
Book of Boba Fett.
God, I try to forget about that.
Do you know the best way to forget about that crap? Never watch it. I can prove it to you.
Right.
I haven't watched any of the new stuff.
I have.
Book of Boba Fett was the last thing I watched, and I went.
I have literally fallen asleep in every episode so far of the new season. Every episode.
I wish. Yesterland. I wish you could get the pull quote tagline on the Mandalorian season 3 poster. Like, it says Mandalorian season 3. I've literally fallen asleep during every episode. Yes,
hey, it's okay. Jack Black was in it though.
Oh God. Oh, and what was it, Lizzo or whatever?
Yeah,
Lizzo. Yes,
my son woke me up and he's like, Dad, Jack Black's in it, and I went.
Just the image of those two in a Star Wars scene just threw me out of Star Wars.
Yeah,
hey, and Doc Brown was in it too.
It'd be like Will Ferrell just popping in, looking at the Emperor and being like, "You sit on a throne of lies," and then like running off. Like
Christopher Lloyd, he was in it. Like, Jesus. Does everybody need to be or want to be in the Star Wars franchise now?
Anybody who's smart needs to stay away from Star Wars. Like,
yes.
like Daisy Ridley was just complaining a few weeks ago that Star Wars had really hurt her career. And now, as of yesterday, she's announced she's back in a new trilogy. And it's like, she was desperate for a job. Like,
Star Wars hurt my career, but they're giving me another job. So,
yeah, they're the only people that want to hire her.
Yeah, I saw your post about that. And I laughed. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. No one cares about that stuff anymore.
If they even get made, I mean, at this point,
True.
canceling stuff left and right.
True. Hold on. I just had to do something. There we go. All right. And they had Black Crescendon or whatever. I feel like he was in the expanded universe and they brought him over. Is that true, or is he created specifically?
I don't know. I mean,
he was in some comics or something. I'm not sure when it was though.
Well, I know he was introduced in the Vader comics and Dr. Aphra comics after Disney started doing their own Marvel versions. But I'm not sure about the if it wasn't him, I feel like they had a character like him, like a bad Wookiee or something. Or was that part of the what was that?
There's like an upgraded version of him or something, wasn't it? Was it Shadows of the Empire or something like that?
Shadows of the Empire. That's what I was thinking.
It was like an upgraded version of it, of Chewie.
Yeah, he wasn't like a disguise or whatever. I think.
Okay.
Like
and I'm not
like a flat top.
I used to like read the stuff, the different stuff, and like I didn't collect all the books and everything, but like when internet came about, I would search through Indiana Jones, probably reading a lot of your stuff, Michael, back in the day, and Star Wars stuff. I would just I'd get the CD-ROMs that would give you the information.
Mm-hmm.
So that was how my information of expanded universe went back in the day.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I never really branched off that way in a sense and really went into the expanded universe. But when it comes to like the Chewies and the Wookiees and all that, I've never thought, and I know this sounds bad because I know a lot of guys like this in 6-inch. To me, and I get it, you can't do real fur and all that, but the for some reason when they do them this way, I don't know, it just doesn't. They don't look right to me. Am I the only one, or am I just not seeing it for what it really needs to be? I don't know. They just don't look right. The heads look good. Some of the heads look good of like Chewbacca. His head doesn't look bad, but it's the overall body. And I get it. You can't have a real 6-inch. It probably costs too much to make those, or I don't know. It just doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look right.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 12-inch Hot Toys Chewbacca, and the hair looks good on him. But at a 6-inch, I don't think it would work well. It'd look like what's his name from Masters Universe? It's so hard to find that you did a video on, Michael. The
Grizzlor.
Who was that?
Was it Grizzlor?
I think Grizzlor. I think the hair would do that with these guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
they couldn't.
Now, if you wanted to remember what the 12-inch Power of the Force 2 Chewbacca looked like he just looked like the, you know.
but this is a huge improvement from the one they released like a year or two ago.
The one that was just basically a black Chewbacca.
Right. I think the backlash with that, they said, okay, we got to give him a proper one. Price is a little high for me.
The head sculpt looks really good.
Yeah. But if you are the 3 3/4-inch collector, they are coming out with the vintage collection version. Which doesn't look much different than I think the rest of them are going to be 3 3/4 pictures from this point. But I mean, doesn't look too bad. Got a 4-pack of the vintage collection, I guess, to fill out some of that sail barge or.
Yeah, the sail barge that came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So going through these quick. Then more vintage. Moff. Jeff Jarrett. I forgot it. It's Jeff Jarrett or something.
It's Jared. Yeah, Moff Jared.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, he was supposed to be the Tarkin character, and they changed the script in revision and flipped the lines. So if you visualize the movie when Vader comes off the shuttle, visualize it the other way around. In other words, visualize him walking off the shuttle as Grand Moff Jared, saying all the lines to Vader. You may dispense with the pleasantries. I'm here to put you back on schedule. And Vader's like, this station will be operational as planned. And then he says, the lines back. And then he looks at, there's this other loaded line where he looks at Vader and he says, I want to go. Vader says, I need to be out there looking for Luke Skywalker. And he says, you're lucky to even have this job after what happened. He goes, you ruined our fleet. The kid got away. Skywalker got away, and the Emperor has you on a very, very tight leash. He's like, so you better get this Death Star finished. So Vader was actually going to be back to being the New Hope lackey that he was in the first movie. And then somewhere in like revision 7 or something of the script, they flipped it, and Jared just became Moff. They took the grand off of his name, and he became the little bitch that was trying to get the Death Star done.
I love these tidbits. I swear I could you could put out like a Patreon exclusive, Michael, of just Michael reads Star Wars. That's
right. Becomes his little bitch.
I have this idea that I haven't done yet for Star Wars Follies, and it's called a novel approach. It's called Star Wars Follies, a novel approach. And it's about all the weird crap that they write into the movie novelizations from back when they were written in the 70s and 80s that stands out, like, and I would recreate it with the action figures, but like there's like right in the beginning of the Star Wars novelization, Leia gets brought up to Darth Vader on the blockade runner. Darth Vader, only you could be so bold. But before she says anything, she walks right up. She's brought right up to him, and she just spits in his face. And like, just hits the helmet, and he's just like, and I'm like, that would be hilarious to just pick out those little bits from the novels that are so bizarre. Like Obi-Wan mentioning a duck while he's talking to Luke in his house. And Luke literally stops the conversation and goes, "What's a duck?" And he's like, "Never mind." And it's like, what? Like, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I would watch that. That sounds like a great idea.
Then I'll fast track it. So
Put it on the itinerary.
yeah.
Yeah, right behind Robin Hood.
Robin Hood's getting done. You know me, I want to do that right. So I'm working on it.
Tell me again when you're going overseas.
Next year, but that's the Robin Hood full documentary. I'm doing Prince of Thieves retrospective this year. So
okay. Sweet. Yes.
Slightly unrelated, but with I just can't believe with Hasbro still pulling vintage collection along, they just haven't done something 3 3/4 inch for Joe still. Like, because I truly feel like vintage collection is just out of obligation at this point.
Right.
Like, why they just don't feel the need to do that for Joe.
Well, I know that they did those retro 3 3/4 inch figures at Walmart for a while, the ones that the limbs just all bust off of.
Right.
But they haven't, like you said, it's like vintage collection. They haven't really put their effort into it.
Yeah, but I still think those ones at Walmart, people were scooping them up.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Well,
even with the breakage.
With the vintage collection, I mean, it's just mini Black Series at this point on a card. I mean, for the card, I mean, anytime they release like vehicles or sets, they're like the vehicles are way too overpriced. And then
it's the same vehicle they released from the 2008 lines, pretty much.
Yeah. And with a price jack. Or they have, instead of a play set, they have a scene, and it's usually only piece of the scene.
Here's the one hallway, or half of
the
breeze chamber.
Here's the bar of the restaurant that the Mandalorian was in, but you can't have any of the rest of the set.
Here's that one wall from Jabba's palace,
or half the cryo chamber.
Yeah, it's eventually they're just going to give us like the crown molding from Lando's apartment. Like, it's not even going to be the full wall. It's just going to be like a detail strip, and they're going to be like, "Neat, huh?" And I'm going to be like,
$100. $100. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. HasLab, $100.
You know, you used to get the vehicles and stuff for very good prices, but then they wanted to get the vintage name on there, and then they jacked the price up way too much. I could understand going an extra $10 more for a little more detail or something, but good Lord. I mean, I was collecting a lot of the vintage stuff, but around the same time as the sail barge, they started jacking prices up on all vintage vehicles and playsets. I was just like, all right, I'm done. So we also had Numbnut. I mean, Neam. However you say it.
You know, knowing Kenner back in the day, you know, with the names like, you know, Yak Face and Squid Head and something like that, I get why they had to give this guy like a proper name, because his non-proper moniker wouldn't be anything you could print on a card back, like Labia Face, you know, like it wouldn't be
Sad sack.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People will buy the 3 3/4 inch Joe stuff.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
A lot of this too, Chad.
Mvargo, didn't Hasbro do like a retro double Cobra officer O-ring vintage set for like $54.99 or something? It was just
like
ridiculous.
a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
Oh, it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
Yeah, all their O-ring stuff is, I think, right now. The little bit that they're making.
I'm not paying $54 friggin' dollars. I don't need it. You know, if I really wanted it, I didn't need it. You know what I mean? I was like, it's ridiculous.
I had them. They weren't as good as the vintage, anyways. But
did you got one, or you did buy? You picked one up?
I did at one point. I've gotten rid of most of my 3 3/4 inch stuff, but I bought them when they came out, and I'm like, just keep the vintage ones. The faces looked way too soft on them. Wasn't a fan.
Oh, okay.
Then they did release this. Now, I know I went on my rant a minute ago, but I have no clue what this one's costing. But it comes with
$150.
it comes with
$150.
I don't. It's just spitballing, but who knows?
It comes with 2 figures they've released 400 times already.
$349.99. There you go.
It comes with a stand though.
Yeah, the stand's pretty cool for the. But I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of tapped out with Mandalorian. I like what they used.
I'm gonna put an $80 price tag on it. I bet $80.
I wouldn't pay over
Well,
50.
Slave 1 was like 110, wasn't it?
I'm
Was it?
laughing right now at all the people who paid inflated prices for the episode 1 Naboo fighters and butchered them to make this ahead of time.
Please horse.
Oh God.
This is why everybody in the toy community eventually hates me.
How dare you insult that figure?
How dare you insult me and Nub? He's my favorite.
I know.
Nub is brave and wonderful and courageous.
I'm the #1 Nim Num collector in the world.
He has the best line in the movie. Want to get the oop.
There's no way Lando could have flown through the Death Star without him.
That's right.
If there was anybody that knew how to hit the Death Star in just the right spot, it was this guy.
Because he's
The true hero of the Republic.
Oh God. Oh, that's funny. But yeah.
At that speed, will we be able to pull out in time? Oh.
That's what she said.
Oh Lordy.
Oh God. God, I love that. Oh, Lord.
I just
Andy. Oh shit.
I mean, like seriously, with this ship, as I continue my tour of sarcasm, why on earth would he go from, as a bounty hunter, would he go from a ship that can actually carry his prey, his bounties, his whatever you want to call it, his objectives, to this where he can coffin stash one dude at a time?
He said,
No, he cremates them now. That's what he does. He cremates them, Michael.
Oh, okay.
Puts them in the glove compartment. That's it.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he said carbon freezing takes too much time.
Now,
That's right.
Vaporize them.
So the other one was called the Razor Crest. Then based on that, what's this one called? Ashes to Ashes?
My question is, can he really sit in there with his jetpack on?
Right?
no.
He's gonna have to
Why do I need the jetpack? Why do I need that?
I hate long trips because my right thigh falls asleep because my jetpack is jammed in between my right thigh and the armrest.
And let's ask the $1 million question here. Is he really comfortable in all of that getup?
No, he can't be.
Metal?
Do you
It can't be that comfortable.
Look where those upper thigh pads are. If you sat down and put your legs at a right angle to your pelvis, those things would be digging into your nads so bad on the edge.
Exactly.
He probably stinks. I mean, if he doesn't take his helmet off very often, he's just drenched in sweat.
It's gotta be. That thing's gotta be horrible to smell under there.
Oh my God, you must smell like leathery feet covered in burnt bacon.
Now, if they had, had some common sense and were actually thinking toy sales and stuff like that, they would have brought the Razor Crest back and had this as an attachment, to either the top or the underside or something where it connected to it.
Right.
to where he could still have his ship, but could go off on little missions with this.
Yeah, did you guys watch Rebels at all when that was on?
Yeah.
'Cause they had the
Yeah,
main
I've watched
ship
a
and
few.
then like the
Mhm.
sub ship, something like that. But
Yeah, something very similar to that. It'd been very, very toyetic, to be able to do that.
Who
But
toy
you know, they don't.
$700, but
who was it that did the video? Was it you, Michael, or was it Tony that did it? Where when that was it? It was season 2, or was it season 1 Mandalorian where they blew up the Razor Crest?
season 2.
Season
It was
2,
season 2.
and it had just been shipped, wasn't it? It just got
I think
shipped
it
to
just funded, I
customers,
thought.
No, it had just gotten funded.
or was it funded? And then in the next episode, they blow it.
It's like a week later.
They
We are
blow it
fully
up. That's what it
funded.
was.
Thank you for buying this ship. On the next
Right.
episode of Mandalorian.
Someone did that, and it was a comical video
I think you
on
might
it.
have-
and I just
Michael, you did that, didn't you?
didn't you do that?
Yeah, the whole thing about the ship blowing up and
Yeah.
every
Oh.
HasLab Star Wars.
Every HasLab
product
blows
is
Yeah,
blown
up.
that's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all. It just keeps playing over my head right now. Just like that was so freaking funny.
Oh, you should have seen the people that didn't like me for pointing that out, though.
No, but it was so spot on because as a fan of the franchise, right, or what left of a fan I am of the franchise, when that happened, I was like, oh my god, what a letdown for everybody, right?
Mhm.
Like
I-
Hasbro just pulled their pants down and shit on it.
Oh yeah, I actually had people trying to justify it in my face. They got in my face saying, the Death Star blew up and they made a playset out of that, and I'm like, that is not this. That is not an equivalency.
Nothing equivalent to it.
No, they're like,
They didn't crowdfund the Death Star in 1979.
yeah. They were like,
Exactly.
they said TIE fighters blow up. I went, again, cannon fodder ships that aren't driven by the main character. Like,
Right.
why are you not getting there with me? Or are you such an apologist at this point that your mental gymnastics are like God mode yoga at this point? You can just do whatever. You're like Dalsum from Street Fighter 2. You can just contort your brain to justify anything. Like, it's
Right.
crazy.
You just don't understand the character development that the Razor Crest went through when it blew up.
Yeah. When the Razor Crest blew up right before it did, it like put its hand on the glass and the Mandalorian touch on the other side, but they couldn't be together. And then he said the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and then boom, and then it was gone. Like,
It whispered, "This is the way," and disappeared.
Oh my god.
But like, this is the way.
Don't forget me, Mando.
Oh,
Oh,
He's on his
God.
new starship. He's got a little picture of the Razor Crest on his dashboard.
mhm.
It's on a bobble.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's on a spring.
Sorry, I don't know what that is. Silence. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Oh man.
Oh, Star Wars.
Have y'all picked up anything? I know I showed everything off before anyone came on the screen, but any new purchases this week or?
I made a purchase today. In fact, I was going to pick up a burrito for Melinda, and I stopped at Target, as one does in our community, and I went to try and find that retro Marion, because I thought, well, if I'm about to make a video ripping into the retro Indy, might as well rip into that retro Marion too, because I didn't find those. But what I did find on an end cap was 2 of the new Indiana Jones Lego sets, one of which I already had, which is the Well of Souls. They had the Last Crusade set, and there was only one of those left. And I thought, well, why not? I got a rainy afternoon here. I can just build this and see what it's like and compare it to the old one or something. So I bought that and built it today. So
Nice.
mhm.
I got this.
After your video, I went to Walmart looking for them, and I cannot find them anywhere.
Oh, try Target.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll have to come up there near you to go to a Target because we don't have any anymore.
Ah,
What was that? Mvargo? I'm sorry.
I really haven't bought much, but I got this new Captain America, the Ultimate one.
Oh yeah.
He's actually really. I really like him. I think he's my new go-to Cap figure.
That's cool. I think
Nice
I got
art.
him ordered.
He was in my pile of loot, and it finally shipped. Like, I don't know. Tax season's a blur. I don't remember when things came anymore.
Well, I had last week. Hasbro just like started throwing everything out. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa! You have release dates written down for a reason. Please stick to them.
And then
Hey,
the only other
everything's coming new.
yeah, the only other thing is I finally got around to opening it. Is my Surfinger classified.
Nice.
What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. I like the soft goods cape at least. I feel like these like turret guns are really loose on mine. They don't sit really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I
You
don't know.
know,
It feels kind of.
I was actually impressed with it. I was actually
Yeah.
impressed with it. I was surprised that it was going to be as good as it was. And I kept thinking, like, when I was doing my review on it, I was like, if they would just put that much effort into everything, you would have a great 6-inch G.I. Joe line. You really would. You really, really would. Or like on Dr. Mindbender. You know, they're putting all that effort into those big deluxe packs. Just do it. Do it with your single packs. I don't get it. So it's that kind of shit that drives me nuts, right? Just drives me nuts. You can have such a great line.
I was like, this thing's really. I felt kind of cheap, and then I was like, wait. So I went back and grabbed the vintage one. I was like, well, this thing is the original Air Cherry,
right?
Super flimsy, you know.
Yeah, I really feel like they corrected course. We're doing really well, and now they're going back to crap. I mean, if you look at the new ones, this one's a repaint. This one is not. This one's good. This one is not.
Right.
Is your cover girl, is your like right bicep on hers really loose?
Yes, it came off today. It's
oh,
right
it
off.
did. Okay, so that is happening then. I haven't gotten mine, so I was like, oh man, here we go again. It's like the Rana, right? Her arm keeps falling off on mine.
Right.
I like the Outback though, but I guess that's just a repaint.
Yeah, Outback is
his biggest issue is his elbows don't match.
Yes, his elbows are different color.
It's cool.
Michael's internet just went
I
out.
just picked him up. I picked not him, but the first one. Picked him up. They were on sale, man. Like really cheap at my
the
Target.
Tiger Force ones.
Yeah, he was really cheap, and that's what I did with this one. I just picked the Python Patrol Officer up, dude. They had them for $6. I think they were $6.49, under $10.
I mean, look how
there must have been 25 of these on the shelf.
Look how different that is.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, I get that he's supposed to, he has the arm hair on it.
Yeah,
the one part to be redder, but
let's see.
Like when it comes to stuff like the 6-inch stuff on the Joes, and I'll probably be that way more going down the line, like on my Motu stuff and all that. It's just waiting to that point of when if it's still there and it blows out real cheap, I'll just do that. Because it's like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, it's little things from each line that I'm starting to get. I'm not feeling like I need to be a completist in a sense. I try not to be a completist, but
that's kind of how I feel. I mean,
I've turned it into it.
With 3 3/4-inch Joe, I mean, I pretty much almost had I think I had 83% of the vintage line, and I ended up selling most of it. So
yeah,
I'm just cutting back on everything. But it's really hard with my classified. I'm like, well, I had the Tiger Force versions of them, the 3 3/4-inch. Now I want the 6-inch too, but I'm like, I really need 2 versions of the figures.
Now, well, that's like right here, man. I finally I'll keep a couple, but like the Revelation stuff, and I know everybody else is like, dude, just keep your Revelations, get rid of the Origins. But I'm like, so here's the deal, right? That's more sentimental for me in a sense, and it's not because of the toys. I know they're not accurate 100. It's the art into it, the drawing, the artwork, and all that. That's what it is. But I really don't have any attachment to the 7-inch Revelation stuff, and so I'm willing to let it go. But there's such an abundance of it out there on the market,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm really going to let it all go.
Yeah, I
might-
sold off like half of my legends.
I was
till-
picking up before they started doing the Masterverse, where they started releasing better figures, the 7-inch He-Man and the the New Adventures of He-Man or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were going to be getting, is the Revelations one. So I picked up that and the Battle Cat and Skeletor, but I refused to get the others that were like, because I'm not buying them because they're from Revelations. I'm getting them because I like He-Man, and
Right.
they look accurate enough for He-Man, maybe stylized.
Right.
But
I'm torn, right? Like that the new Bumblebee,
yeah,
right? Or Buzz-Off, I mean, the new Buzz-Off. He looks really good in that Revelations Masterverse line. You know, the
articulated
Zorak
chat. Are
looks
you still
good.
in the chat?
I just don't know if I'm going to do it. You know, I'm like, God, I'm collecting so much. It's like I'm all over the place, and I just separated myself from the artwork that I collect. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of. They're called Boston heads. It's English chalkware art heads. They're little, very detailed faces, and there's a Charles Dickens line. There's all kinds of lines. Like he does the Ray Boston did all like the Middle East. He's done all this stuff over there. They were very popular from the back in the 50s up into the 80s, and I got into it big time. Like I was a hardcore collector on this stuff. But just over the last year, I just lost touch with it. Like I have no desire for it anymore. I have no passion for it. So I took all of it down off my walls, out of my display cabinets. I've got it all boxed up. And my wife's like, "What are you going to do with it?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm probably going to sell it all, but I want to sell it in one haul. I don't want to have to piece it out because shit, that'd take me 5-10 years to do it that way."
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing with my 3 3/4-inch Joe stuff. I mean, I got less for it than I would have if I parted it out, but
yeah,
just said, hey, I need to. Hey, so if you're looking for it, most of it'll be at Joe Fest because the person that I sold it to, toy department, sets up at Joe Fest every year. So they said, yeah, most of this stuff will just go down to Joe Fest. So if you want to buy your stuff back, it'll be there.
Nice.
I wanted to ask Articulated Chad. This was one of the figures in the line that came out. I like it, but was this ever a thing, or is this just a repaint of like?
I believe that's brand new.
Like, I don't remember them in the Crimson Guard, but
they had the 86 bat and the version 2 bat.
The bat. Thank you.
Yeah.
I couldn't. My brain was.
Well, they did do that.
I don't think they did. I'm trying to think because I know 2002 there was like a Crimson Guard Joe Fest exclusive. I'm trying to remember what they had in there. I know there was a Baroness, Tomac Zaymot.
I mean, it's just cool. Vipers. I'm just curious.
Was it just kind of like a spin-off thing, like a conceptual type figure?
Okay. He says they were.
Later,
they were a thing. I just don't remember them.
I disappeared from the Joes for a while.
Later,
I regret that, but most of the, I don't know, from late 90s to probably 5-6 years ago, I didn't know what was going on with G.I. Joe.
Late 90s to 2010 was mostly all me and Joe's. I was, since I'm younger, I was later to the Joe party.
Yeah. I wish I hadn't have been, but there was a time there where I didn't collect. I was, college, moved up to Atlanta, was I think the only thing I did have was like some Star Wars stuff and stuff in storage, like Spider-Man and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, okay, that's good. In the later comics is what he says. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I was curious. I like him though. And like I said earlier, I hated this one. Definitely.
Did you upgrade his face?
His face is.
Oh, you still got the original. I've seen a lot of guys doing nice upgrades on the heads, like switching them out. And
I'm gonna put probably one of the duster heads on him. Tim Kennedy's going to be Falcon.
It's such a shame because I was so looking forward to that figure originally.
I was too.
You know what his face looks like to me? It reminds me of who's the actor that was on Wings? He was the pilot mechanic. And he was
Oh
also
yeah,
in
played
Tombstone.
Sandman.
He was
Played-
in Tombstone. Billy.
Yeah, he was Sandman and
Yeah, Sandman. That actor.
It's such a shame because the 87 Falcon figure is one of my all-time favorite figures. I was so looking forward to the classified version of it. Punched me in the gut.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. I mean, we can chat and talk, but
did we lose Michael? Did he back?
He said
his internet went out. He was just messaging me. And
saying like weather issues in Georgia or something.
There. I mean, it's rainy today. I don't know what the weather's like where he's at, but it's just kind of rainy.
It's that storm that's come from our area was headed your way. Probably. We just got pounded for the last like 2-3 days.
Yeah, I think ours is only supposed to last throughout the day, and then tomorrow Easter will be fine. That his name, Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church. Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's what his face kind of reminded me of.
No, it's nowhere near as bad as it was weather-wise than 2 weeks ago when we literally had a tornado come through here.
Really?
Within like literally a rock's throw from here.
I'm fortunate that we don't really have issues up around that.
A house across the way from me had a tree fall in on its house. So,
oh man!
And it happened at like 7:30 in the morning. So everyone's like, a lot of people are still in bed. And
that sucks.
So it messed up. Hit our hospital. Yeah. My Falcon came in the mail today, and his gun is bent all to hell.
My Marauders barbecues axe was so bent. I had to heat that up.
Yeah, it's a little bent.
I mean, they all are, though. To be fair.
Yeah, it's the type of plastic.
I don't think I've had a classified figure yet that's been straight out of the box.
They like to shoot around corners.
That's what Velvet should start saying. Was straight out of the box.
Did I change my screen, or can I not see?
I forgot to take it off solo.
Oh, there. Okay, I was like, where did he go?
I forgot to take it off solo. Remember, I'm still trying to learn this.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I picked up.
Where do we go?
Picked up a couple more Action Force things that I'm going to use down the road and prepping because things are selling out. I'm like getting nervous and buying multiples.
What'd you get?
I got some more of the Spec Ops troopers and stuff just to. I mean, you should. I'll move my camera a little bit, but it's just my work in progress, half open pile that I'm working on customs and stuff with right now. But
yeah, I need to get some more of those.
I've got 3 desert rats that I have because I want to wait for some of the desert troopers to come out. I'm going to move some parts around and stuff.
I need to get another desert rat. I had one that it was unopened that I was going to get Tony to sign at Joe Fest, but then I opened it so I could use the head for that guy.
I feel like Desert Rat's got to sell out soon with the Series 2 stuff starting to sell out finally.
Yeah.
I feel like Desert Rat's got to be coming up.
Yeah.
I just picked, my video last week, I did the Jedi Retro collection stuff. I just got the 6-inch Indian, but I didn't get the other 3. And now, after, I don't know if I'll go back and get it to just build the arc. I don't know. And then obviously the retro stuff I got. I was really surprised. I didn't do these through Hasbro.
Are those indie retro cards the same flimsy ones that the Star Wars ones are?
So they feel like they got a little bit more they feel
A little firmer, extra layer.
I don't know, it's something a little, maybe just a slight hair firmer. They don't obviously they're not frayed around the edges, there's nothing.
Yeah, they don't have that
janky about
weathering
the
added
edges.
to it.
The back, I mean, here's the thing. The video is basically tomorrow it's the line that I never had. I never had these as a kid. I mean,
I didn't
growing
either.
up in California, my best
I think
friend.
many people did. That's why it got canned.
What's that?
I don't think a whole lot of people bought them. That's why the line didn't last very long.
Right. I mean,
Well,
I just remember as a kid wanting them and we couldn't get them.
Yeah, I was too young when they came out, and I didn't even know about them till I was a teenager. So I never got them. Otherwise, I would have had them all. I love Indy growing up. First time I ever watched the movies. I can't remember which one. I think I saw Temple of Doom first, actually.
I saw Temple of Doom in 5th grade. Someone brought it in and we watched it.
Nice.
Of all the ones to watch, that's the one they
Wow.
brought in. And then the teacher saw the heart ripping out scene, and that was it for that movie. I had to go rent it and watch the rest of it at home.
So I remember watching Raiders on, it was called Select TV, right? It was like, regular cable TV now, like Spectrum, but it was called Select, and it was out west, and it was on a black bootleg box. And it was like late at night, someone had unlocked it, and then my buddy's dad got a copy of it and they recorded it because he was the only kid in the neighborhood that had a VCR, right? No one else had a VCR. So we all went to his house to watch movies because his dad was a movie junkie. And that's how I remember watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then I think we saw Temple of Doom in the theaters, something like that when I was little. But I never had this line. And then like I said, my buddy had this, what is it, the 5-inch? Were they 5-inch? Temple of Doom characters?
LJN ones?
The LJN ones. They were like wide and kind of thick. He had those. And I remember I wanted them. And I remember my mom and we'd hunt for them. Could never find them. Could never find it. It was like as fast as those indie toys came on, they were gone. They were gone.
Real quick, I'm going to articulate. Chad says, Drew, you still got to come on with me before Joe Fest. Absolutely, man. We'll talk, figure out a time, best time. In fact, you have one going on tonight at 7, right? A road to Joe Fest. Coming on at 7 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was tomorrow. I thought it's usually Sundays.
Oh, it could be tomorrow. I know he's been going back and forth because of people's schedules.
Yep.
I might have to do mine on a Saturday too, because I usually take a business call at Sunday nights, so I tend to have to be on that. But
right,
we can figure it out on the date or whatnot. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. 7 p. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, good, awesome.
I just slightly customized this guy a little bit. I just kind of painted him up a little bit just to get some changes up on my shelf because I've got like 6 of them. So just
I got 4. I only have 2 on display though, because I was hoping they'd come out with another version.
Yeah, I just wish. My one complaint about this figure is because it's a troop builder, and it's the only troop builder that doesn't have full sleeves, and you can't interchange the heads easily.
Right.
Because I mean I like to have multiples. Like obviously I've got like 130 Action Force figures, so I like to.
You don't have a problem, right?
It's the one line. It's the one line that I've let myself kind of go all out on right now.
Right.
It's the one thing that I really collect mainly. So I just I'm looking at it like I've got 15 Delta Troopers, 10 Infantry Commandos. So I just like to switch them up a little bit. That was my one issue with the Garrison Cavalry, is that it wasn't. They didn't have the 2 heads and easy to switch. So I crappily painted with some cheap Amazon paint, and it's fine for display.
You just swap the extra head from.
Yep, gave him a Spec Ops Trooper head. So
yeah.
gives them a nice. It gives a little bit pop of color, like little difference when I look at my Garrison troopers. So
Very cool.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, if anything else, y'all have anything else y'all want to show, or if not,
not
we
really.
No, I mean that's. I'm trying to think. What? Oh, I mean, I haven't done a video on it yet, but the Frogmonger came in from O2 Platinum.
Nice.
Finally came in.
I see you in your background. You have the.
Oh yeah.
You guys seen that
I mean,
movie
for
yet?
30
I love
bucks,
this.
that's not a bad.
Look at that.
Dude, that's I know. For
Are
30
you guys
bucks.
gonna see the movie?
I have not
I
seen
haven't
the
seen
movie yet.
I saw Sal was raving about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Sal's the reason I bought this. That is just too
Actually, Talker was the one that I first saw it. He had it. He had showed it on some lives, and I was like, "Oh, those are cool." And then I saw him in the store, and I was looking at him. I'm like, "These are actually not bad figures. I mean, they're not the greatest, but it's not a bad. They're not bad."
Well, that's what I started off.
Boys.
Yeah, that's what I started off the show talking about was the knocking everything over. The just the basic Sonic and Mario figures
Who makes
are
those?
really cool.
Jazzwares?
Jack specific, I believe.
Jack specific.
Yeah.
What are the J names? I feel like there's so many now.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I just picked up like I can get, my Walmart had original Sonic and new and improved Sonic. So I was like, okay, and they even make the Zelda figures, which this is the only one they had, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, and they're like $10 a piece, so it's really not that bad.
Yeah, that's what when I saw those go on Target Online on sale for $13.99.
Oh, cool! Loose complete T-shirt.
Yeah, that's we're the new loose but complete Jeremy.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at the end of it, JJ. We already talked about it, but yeah. But
Go
the Mario
back,
stuff is
hating on
definitely.
Indiana Jones. The
What's
Indiana
that?
Jones reveals. Go back where we would diss the Indiana Jones reveals for like an hour.
Okay, we'll just start over.
That's right.
I'll message.
Start over for Jeremy.
We're gonna do it again. We're doing it live.
Jeremy wasn't here, so.
Were you referencing that Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
I thought you were.
JJ says start over. I demand it. Yeah, too many technical issues earlier. So,
long story short, they're releasing the same Indiana Jones again, but are going to ask for twice as much money.
That's right.
They have crappy ball peg hands.
We're getting a useless 2-back of Donovan
and Belach.
Belach.
Bag's too small. The whips suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Hasbro doesn't want to make Indiana Jones figures, we've determined, but they have to.
And I showed all the crap that I've gotten over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what the show was. And yeah. But anyway, guys.
Yeah, man, it's been fun.
Yeah,
I was coming back from a festival when I got your message. You're like, "Hey, I'm going live," and I was like, "Oh crap." We were just finishing up at this festival close by, and I'm like, "We need to get home, babe." So,
yeah, JJ, I hope they make Young Indiana Jones.
Real quick, the real question is how long do you think this Indiana Jones 6-inch line will go for?
Till the movie comes out, and then they'll be like faded out like they did Ghostbusters.
That's what I'm like. It'll be like the 2008 line where when they finally get to the characters that they want, they won't actually end up making them because nobody bought them anymore.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they keep making these figures. I mean,
they might beat it into the ground, or they'll just I'm sure at some point when they look at the
That's what I'm wondering
sales,
if Lucasfilm will just make them keep pushing it along for a while, or they'll just say these don't sell, we're done.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope they improve on it. I hope they hear our criticisms and go, okay, we'll fix it.
Like I
Yeah.
said, I think if they would have just come out of the bat and gave you 5 figures that work together, that like you 5 Well of the Souls figures, all 5 of those figures could have been theoretically changed slightly, and you have something that at least looks good on the shelf, for at least a collector's going to say, okay, well, I can have this scene, and then you do that for the second wave, and then the third, rather than sporadically putting everything out, which
I
guess is
completely
what
agree.
Black Series does, but
Exactly.
Black Series can do it because Star Wars, you can fit things in a little better with Star Wars.
I mean,
can
yeah,
get
you
Star
could have.
Wars
If
from
you
A
had
New
put
Hope
Indy with the gloves on, with snakes and a torch, you put. I mean, Sala's perfect the way he is. Belloc in the white suit with the hat.
which we're getting now.
Right.
Yeah. Marion in the white dress.
Yep, and Tote
And
can try to keep Tote as
Tote could be the Tote. He's fine. Because I mean, he showed up in the tent in that scene.
Yep. I mean, so you've already got a Belloc that could have been coming out that could have been in this first wave, and then you would have to do minor changes to Indy and just do a different Marion. And I think that would have vastly improved the first wave. I mean, that's maybe 3 things that you would have had to change. Change one figure, move the release of one figure up, and do a couple minor changes to Indy.
Exactly. But
and
I would more like it looked more like the guys of Hasbro and girls of Hasbro were like, well, we'll just remake the retro ones as 6-inch.
Yeah.
But
not
no one's
even
gonna buy a girl in a white dress, so let's put her in the other outfit she has.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much what they did.
To me, almost the white dress Marion's almost the most iconic look for me from that movie.
I want the bar scene version.
Yeah.
That's
and as much as we were all ripping it and all that, right? And there's a lot of flaws, right? There's a lot of problems with it. Like I said, I never had Indy toys. So for me, like I said, I haven't decided if I'll go back and get the other remaining 3 to make the arc. I don't know if I need it that well.
I'll play it by ear. Those 3 will probably go on clearance.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. Is it have any weight, or is it kind of flimsy? It's a good place to hold his extra hands.
So is that what caused their faces to melt? They saw everybody's hands in there.
Yeah,
so much of hands.
Yeah, I mean it puts together. It's a little. I mean the pieces go together, so it makes it kind of sturdy. But it is.
How are the handles? Are they warped?
It is.
Holes?
It's the cheap plastic that you're getting with Hasbro,
and it's gold, so it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I want it to succeed. I want people that
are big
fans of Indiana Jones to be able to have a toy line that they can.
I wonder
and Michael doesn't want it to fail either. He just wants them to improve on it.
Right.
Like you said, I think I'm worried that it'll probably end up like their Ghostbusters line did.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, they didn't even make it to Ghostbusters 2.
Right.
No, they just stopped at the first Ghostbusters and then the new Afterlife figures.
Yeah, I mean, Ghostbusters and Indiana Jones are 2 fan bases that would eat anything up right now. I mean, the true fans.
I look at it like this. You're on the road to doing justice to this line. You're not there. Take the criticism, Hasbro.
Take the Black Series team off of it, though. The Black Series team shouldn't be working on anything anymore.
Right. Exactly. And get the line to where it needs to be. It can get there.
Listen to someone that loves
it to somebody that's going to do it justice.
Listen to someone that loves Indiana Jones, or listen to the people that love Indiana Jones and say, okay, what do you want? Okay, we'll do that.
Right.
Well, you could do better just asking people who like toys what they want.
Right.
I mean,
Whereas, like Michael always says, at the end of the day, it's the fans that are doing the best work. Someone will come along and do something better and blow us out of the water and go, "Oh crap! Look at this fan-made version." You know, I don't know if they'll do it in a 6-inch. So that's a big, hefty,
yeah. I mean,
project to get them that way. But
I like Indiana Jones. I'm not a super fan, but like I'm saying, if they came out with good toys. Like I said, if they had a whole Well of Souls wave, I would have picked up the whole thing easily.
Articulated Chad's absolute. I wonder that a lot. Is that really their philosophy? Because it seems like it is.
Bobby said so.
Yeah.
He said when he worked there that they would move people that were. So I mean, that
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make business sense to me either. Like, wouldn't you want somebody who's passionate and loves it to put their time and effort into it and make the best thing so other people that are passionate and love it will see?
No, they just want the guys signing their contracts and just spewing nothing but beautiful things about their product. That's all they want at the end of the day. Get this product out, share it. Nothing but, great reviews and make it happen. And then, don't talk about the bad stuff.
I don't get it, but
it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Yeah, they just, I don't know. The figures just look like they're made to sit on a shelf, not be actually posed. Kind of like
this is Hasbro's attempt to have something on the shelves. We're not going to we're not going to make more of the things that people want. We're just going to have something that people aren't going to buy.
We have the property. Let's just do it, right? And who cares what people want?
I want it. I want it in 3 3/4. I want it in 6-inch. I mean, I want the stuff. I just want it better.
Dude, I wanted this line as a kid, the 3 3/4, so bad, and not to get it. And I mean, I'm happy that I got it now, and I'll talk about it in my video and all that. But if they can improve this even going forward, obviously in the 3 3/4 inch, and are we going to get the horse, right? Are we going to get the horse for Indy at some point? Are we going to get some kind of play set? How far are they going to take that for the 3 3/4? I don't know if they're going to go that route.
Did I see where they, at Star Wars Celebration, they had like Temple of Doom figures in the retro?
I don't remember seeing anything for the retro.
I feel like I saw that, but I didn't have pictures of it, and I forgot to look for it before that started.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool.
I bought the 6-inch Indy. It hasn't come yet. I mean, I'll probably buy the Temple of Doom Indy. I mean, it's not that I don't like this. It's not that I'm not buying the stuff. I still buy the stuff.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I mean, I didn't like Neal said. I didn't have them as a child, and I don't have them now because they're so expensive. So this is as close. This and the 2008 line are as close as I get right now.
I had so much of the 2008 line. I was the perfect age for that. But I was probably the only 10-year-old kid that was buying.
Well, there's still a lot of 2008 toys. There's still a lot of the 2008 I don't have. So I got to find those. But now
like I'm saying, with like Tote, like I really want to get that figure, but I just don't think they're going to make any other like the German soldiers or anything else to go with him. Like I just don't want to have just.
If they do, we know we're not getting the swast. They're not going to put that on. We get that. If they go that route,
the way the 2008 figures looked, I mean, they weren't completely accurate, but at least it was something.
Right.
Yeah. They're just green shirted and tan shirted soldiers.
Like I want to love that line, but
yeah. Same here. Yeah. It has potential. Let's hopefully they get there. Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I know. Articulated Chat. Oh, never mind. He doesn't have the show at 7, but 3POA is tonight. At 8, right?
Nothing about exclusives. Yep.
Yeah, I'll probably be hopping on late on that one. I'll catch it kind of. I don't know, maybe halfway through. I've got dinner plans with some family, so
well, good. That's why
I'll try to hop in at some point.
Yep.
Happy
Easter to everybody and everybody in the chat.
Yeah,
What's that?
for sure.
Happy Easter.
Thanks for letting me come on late.
Oh yeah, happy Easter. Yes.
It was cool, man.
8
Oh,
p.m.
here's Laser
Eastern.
Pants just to plug the show.
Yeah, there he is, right at the last
Finally
second.
shows up again. Yeah. Yeah, Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, my time. I'm used to Eastern. If you guys, what do you say?
Oh,
If
Jesus.
you guys aren't there, then we aren't friends anymore. Of course, I'll be
Ryan.
there, unless my wife says I can't. No.
I'll be there. I'm going to be a little late, Ryan. Sorry.
Oh, I missed it. No.
Oh, he was streaming too. Damn it.
Well, at least we know he's clean for the show.
That's way more than 3 POA. But yeah, 3 POA tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Gonna be an awesome one talking about exclusives.
Yeah. Cool.
So Articulated Chad, he's got a show tomorrow at 7.
Yep.
I'm guessing Eastern time too. So definitely go check that out. Neal,
can I plug my video, Drew? Do you mind?
Well, that's what I was about to ask you. What
Yeah.
you said you were?
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
It'll realistically drop tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow morning, Central Standard Times, probably somewhere around the 9 to 10 o'clock. Haven't decided. I've got some final touch-ups I need to do, so I'll be kind of working late on it, and then I'll try to get it out first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be fun to watch. I know. You want to plug your channel altogether?
Sure. I mean, anybody looking, I know you have a lot of options to go to, but if you do happen to swing over to Yesterland Toys, everything's pretty much Yesterland Toys right across the board from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. All things retro, a lot of modern, but it's a review channel style of going over the past and the current stuff, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do it. So.
And when I go back and do the details and stuff and make a thumbnail for this, I'll add your website in the details section.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything you want to plug, Mvargo?
I exist. I have a channel. There's nothing on it. There might be something on it coming. I'm kind of working on some things when I have time right now. I'll give you guys a sneak peek here. Basically, so I was at my grandparents' house the other day, and well, like I said, the other day, like 2 months ago, and it gave me the idea. What I found was in their attic, they had like a whole bunch. So when I was really little, I was really into Thomas the Train, right? And so when I went to her attic, went in there, and I was like, she kept all the boxes, everything. I was no wonder I'm a collector. I'm a collector now, and I was like, this gives me a really good idea of like origins of a collector type of video. So
that'd be cool.
Because I was like, cool. I was looking at it and she kept everything. I was like, holy crap. No wonder I'm still collecting things nowadays. I probably had everything from when I was playing with it from those years that came out. So
thanks, Articulated Chat. I appreciate that, man. And I love the stuff, the content you're putting out. I love your car rants. So it's cool, man. I like this. Pretty cool.
Yep. So
RetroBlasting, Michael.
Oh yeah.
Was on earlier. I'm gonna plug him real quick since he was on. He had his computer crashed on him, so that's why he left earlier. But
he has another Indiana Jones video coming.
Yes, he has a lot of very cool Indiana Jones stuff as well as other retro toys and some modern stuff too.
He's got two. He's got two out right now, right? He's got the first one that he did, and then it's a follow-up where he added more to it, right?
He has. Well, I get so confused because I'm on his Patreon, and he has a lot of Indiana Jones stuff that's Patreon exclusive.
Yep, that doesn't make it.
Sorry. I was reading Ryan's clowning me right now, but there's if you want to pull that up, sorry. Well, can I say the backstory on this real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. When I was coming up with names for my channel and things what I was going to do, and I know, listen, dude, I'm 46 years old. You think at 46 years old, I'd know what peg hunting means, right? And I had no idea what it meant. And so I was tossing this name around, and in the early beginning stages of my channel, I was using that profile name. And then Ryan, with the kindness of his heart, I think he private messaged me, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you need to change this name." And I'm like, "Why?" And he go like, "No, you need to change this name. You need to research this. You need to change this name because it does not look good." And I went back and went, "Oh, crap. What am I doing?" Right. So I'm sitting here and I'm brainstorming. Okay, I got to come up with names. What do I want? What do I want? And so I had to change all my artwork, everything. And I was like, oh man, but Ryan is the thanks to that. And that's why he's kind of busted my balls.
And
there.
he will never let you live it down.
No, he'll never let it down. But thanks for giving me that insight, Ryan.
You got to get him like a
year
special
ago.
T-shirt that says "Peg Hunters" and give it to him.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, oh man.
But yeah, yeah, I think I was saying about the RetroBlasting. Yeah, the Patreon has a lot of different videos. He does a lot more on Patreon, so I get confused on what was released and what was Patreon, because usually I go through the Patreon to
YouTube, yep.
To go to the videos and such. So but I just wanted to plug his channel because he was on earlier. But other than that, that's about it.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Well, thanks for having me on. I always love hanging with you guys. It's good to see you again, Mvargo.
Yep.
Good to see you. So
likewise, glad you guys could come on.
Yep.
It gives me
And
something
Michael,
to
if
do.
you're still listening, cool to see you again, and catch y'all later.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Peace.
Adios.
Later. I gotta create an intro and an exit so we can do this properly. But until then, we're just gonna do the wave.
That's it.
Bye. See everyone next time at Peg Hunting with Drew.
That's it.
Oh, with Neal.